It's like 2 videos.
You want this for the opening video, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tailoring messages for every single the election likely to come down to tens of thousands of votes in battleground states. The candidates are tailoring messages for every single group that may have a vote up for grabs that could put them over the edge. One group Harris has been focusing on, as you've noticed, probably Black men. Just this morning, she was on the radio show, The Breakfast Club. And 2 weeks ago, she sat down with the host of The Breakfast Club, Charlemagne the God. There, she rolled out her economic opportunity agenda, specifically for Black men, which includes forgivable loans for Black businesses. Former President Trump, for his part, has held roundtables with Black voters, and he told an Atlanta crowd that African Americans and Latinos who cast their votes for Harris need to have their heads examined, saying, quote, "They're really screwing you," unquote. Now, much has also been made of a New York Times poll from a few weeks ago that found that 20% of Black men plan to vote for Trump, and that Black male support for Harris is lower than it was for Biden in 2020. Now, CBS News polling, however, shows that Harris support with Black voters is pretty stable, and according to exit polls, is roughly on par with their 2020 and 2016 support. But the Harris campaign has made moves that make it look like they're at least a little bit worried about this voting bloc. Our friends at BET, which like us is owned by Paramount Global, decided to go ahead and hear from Black men. Tonight, their Black Men Summit premieres at 10 p.m., 9 Central. Actor, comedian, and radio personality D.L. Hughley hosts the conversation with Black politicians, leaders, and artists. And D.L. is with us now, and we'll talk to him in just a second. But first, we want to play this exclusive clip from tonight's special featuring Tennessee State Representative Justin Pearson.
Our socialization has taught us to praise people who are famous.
Right.
Our socialization has taught us to praise people who can get a lot of women and can say what they want and do what they want and have said, hey, that's the image of a real man. That's the image of a strong person. That's the image of a real leader who can just fire people at will. Now he's running for president. And a lot of people are like, wait, no, that's not it anymore.
Right.
But years of socialization have taught us that actually that is the image that America has put forward as the image of what you want to be, of the person that you want to lead. So it isn't just a Black issue. We got a nationwide issue about the perception of hypermasculinity masquerading as leadership, and of patriarchy and sexism within our community being used as a fracturing tool of our community, when in fact it was our mamas and our grandmamas and our great grandmamas who got us here.
Let me show you why I stopped paying for all my other samples.
Oopsie daisy. Hello, everyone. We skip this ad and we'll get back to this Black Men Summit. But how is everyone? I see the comments are going off. Nahilo's in the house, co-host of Noteworthy podcast, which will be on tomorrow at 5 p.m. Central, right here at Happy Do Happy Don't. Good to see you, Nahilo. Jacqueline is here. Jacqueline, much love to you. Jacqueline, you got to help me out. Rondo's sour. He's sour with me. He messaged me on X. He was like, y'all definitely time me out. I tried to get him to come on the show today. I don't know if he saw it, but we wanted him to be a special guest to talk about Black men voters and how they're feeling about Kamala and Trump. And not that they're a monolith, but, just I'm sure he speaks a lot with his friends who are of the melanated persuasion. So what do we have here? Has anyone noticed that the word star and icon in relation to celebrity don't seem to be used as often anymore? Because people are realizing that celebrities there's nothing iconic about them other than a bunch of people know them at the same time. That doesn't make them good people. They're just well-known people. So enough of me and all my talking. This is not even my show. Black Life is in the house.
I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here.
You guys, I moved the mic because my voice is way softer than hers. So let me know if you hear her. Say some stuff.
I can say some stuff. Hold up. Let me unmute this one.
Why are you talking? Out of all the times you talk
I'm
loud.
I'm not trying to talk loud. I'm trying to talk in a respectful tone. Can you guys hear me?
Let me know if it's,
Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, if you can hear me.
and let me know if it's echoing because she's not using my mic. She's using her own mic. So we want to see if this is
Yeah, I
going to work.
want to make sure it's tolerable.
Okay. So if anything changes with the way we sound, please just let us know and we'll make adjustments and fix it.
We greatly appreciate it.
You want to get back to the video or you want to say something before I play the game?
I just want to say thank you, Abby, for holding it down for Black Life. I know we've been MIA for a little while. Had a couple of things going on at work that needed full attention, and so gained a lot of experience to hopefully make me a better informed educator, and overall mental health. I definitely want to expand my reach as far as how I can be of service to my community, especially the kids and teens.
He's saying there's an echo, so you need to mute yourself.
Okay, I'll mute it.
Talk now.
Okay. Okay, so you could
Just talk.
I'm just saying that
You got to talk this way.
Okay. You have to grab it that hard.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just saying that I just gained a lot of experience to hopefully expand the amount of services I can provide to teens, young kids, and parents. That's basically all I wanted to say.
Okay. So let's get back to the clip. I want you guys to pay attention to this guy on the far right with the afro. He was one of those two House of Representatives from Tennessee that got I think they got sanctioned or something. Um, um, Dismissed. I can't remember the full story, but it was because they were like advocating for something that had to do with Black people or something, and they were told they were out of order, got thrown out of the Capitol, and all of this kind of stuff. I just think it's very interesting because this guy,
Racial
when he
unrest.
first started campaigning and stuff, he was very white adjacent in his presentation of himself. And then all of a sudden he turned into Martin Luther King or something.
It was
And
like
I'm
an
going to see
overnight-
if I could find, I'm going to see if I could find it.
It was like an overnight thing. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, we'll see.
So this is what I want to know. Do you know his name?
No, I'm about to look it up while we're playing this.
And I just wanted to highlight that part. That you see how they are bringing up people who we could easily do a little bit of research on and find out like their origin, where they came from, if their parents worked with MK Ultra. It's like Candace does deep dives, right? And I'm saying you're not even going to do a deep dive, but you're going to find
Who's
him.
going to do a deep dive on Candace?
Huh? They can do it too.
Because she's fake as fuck. She's just as fake as the people she's exposing, but just on a different spectrum. She's fake from the right, exposing people who are fake from the left.
Okay, so let me tell you what I can also appreciate. I can appreciate any kind of factual information.
Right.
From whatever source.
I watch it so
I
I
like
could.
the fact that it's coming up so that we can be able to make our own opinions on what is true and what is not true.
No, I watch it because the information is important, but she leaves out. She gives half truths. Like, everybody knows BLM got co-opted by all these movements get co-opted, right? Everybody knows this. She acts like BLM was an organization first and like got all of us to come out. No, it was a grassroots thing, and then they created a nonprofit from grassroots work, and the nonprofit got co-opted. So the message they were able to use that to say, like they'll akin them to Antifa or something like that, just to give it a negative connotation.
You know what I also can appreciate? That it's Black BLM is not the first Black organization that has been infiltrated by so and so and so and so. So I'm just
because if they're not
saying that kind of stuff is not like a big reveal, because that kind of shit has happened through every positive Black organization.
Okay, I disagree, because it's a big reveal to the people that are her audience, that they think it's a big reveal, like in their mind, because they're not informed enough about Black history, so they think it's a big deal.
And a lot of Black people are not informed enough as well on Black history, actual factual Black history.
So
Huh?
Nothing.
I'm just trying to say that I could appreciate Candace giving information as opposed to her revealing all her skeletons in her closet and all the BS shit that she's done. I could appreciate her taking this moment to bring some shit to life that we all been lied to about, not just a Democrat or Republican. We've been brainwashed and given false information. I'm talking about on Obama.
No, I'm not laughing at you.
What are you talking about?
Going to make a drink and have a ciggy whilst the parents are arguing. We're not arguing.
I think it was.
We're agreeing to disagree.
Yeah.
But actually, I kind of feel like we agree.
We do agree, but I'm just saying that I'm not you.
But for different reasons.
Your critique of her is harsh because of how you feel about her, and I'm saying I reserve that part. I don't want to come on her. I'm trying to listen to what she got to say, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Come
on with it, Stay Woke, and happy that you're here. Stay woke. Bow, 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 bow. No reparations, no vote. Damn Skippy.
Mm-hmm.
Damn Skippy. If you're a foundational Black American and you are not demanding reparations at this point, I don't know what you're doing. No reparations, no vote. That's where I stand too. Stay woke. So
How about no genocide, no vote?
and no genocide, no vote. But
There's
hey,
a lot of layers.
but yeah, there's a lot of things no vote for
Yeah,
Kamala.
I mean,
But
and it'd be some specific things that she just evading.
but after Kamala and after this genocide, the reparations will still be on the table, and my stance will still be no reparations, no vote.
You know what I love to say? Reparations is the table.
It is the
That
table.
damn table.
Yeah, that's the legs to stand on.
I'm about to make a reparation
About
table.
generational black wealth in this country.
Invite only those who give a shit about it to it.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to start this again.
All right.
Let's start it up. But again, pay attention to that guy on the far right, and I'm going to see if I could pull up his campaign.
Pull up
His
transition.
campaign at
Pull up the transition of
well, I'm
him
going to see what I
going
could find.
from A to B.
All right, so here we go.
Have taught us that actually that is the image that America has put forward as the image of what you want to be, of the person that you want to lead. So
Alpha man.
it isn't just a black issue. We got a nationwide issue about the perception of hypermasculinity masquerading as leadership, and of patriarchy and sexism within our community being used as a fracturing tool of our community, when in fact it was our mamas and our grandmamas and our great-grandmamas who got us here.
Joining us now, as promised, is the BET Black Men Summit premier host, DL Hughley. Future so bright, I gotta wear shades. DL, good morning.
Good morning, man. You know I love democracy. I'm up early in the morning trying to save it, baby.
I hear you. I hear you. All right. Well, let's talk about these vote totals that may or may not come in by black men voting for Kamala Harris. It would seem the campaign's at least a little worried, at least based on the Obama comments and where they've been going and the audiences they've been having. But other people say, not so fast. This is all overblown. Where do you stand on the question?
Well, ultimately, I think it's a false choice. I think that it's disingenuous to pretend that black men, we vote at a higher rate than any other demographic except black women. And I think we're going to be there ultimately. But I think the media seems to be a bit one-sided. I think it is legitimate to ask the question, whether Kamala and the campaign is concerned about the perceived erosion of black men. But it would be a more honest approach would be, why is he eroding? That we can talk to DeAndre at the barbershop in Detroit. Why aren't we talking about him losing Dick Cheney and Geraldo Rivera and Jeff Flake? So it seems a bit one-sided. I think that she's working as hard as she should to reach out to people who are an important constituent and to hear their concerns. It's also important to remember that Donald Trump has been the top of the ticket for the Republican Party for 10 straight years and has never come up with a plan. He has concepts of a plan. 120 days she's been out and already has a plan that was an agenda for black men that they constructed. So I think you can see the differences right there.
DL, just this morning on the Breakfast Club, Kamala Harris said that brothers aren't saying that they are going to Trump, that is overplayed in the media. But the polls are what they are. Or do you think the polls aren't?
Before they keep going, they cobbled together this plan for black men. I don't understand why it's just black men. It should be black men and women. But they're catering to black men because they're losing the black male vote at more alarming rates than the black female vote. So that's why they're throwing some crumbs at them. Black men should feel insulted by this, by the way, is my humble opinion. Black women should be furious because we are a community. We are a family. So why are you only offering some things to the black men that you are trying to pander to get their vote? And you're not really offering them that much that is tangible. You're offering, I mean, we could go through it. We could look at it because they always, like, once they offer something, they change the goalpost. Just like with the 25,000, we're gonna give you 25. Charlie Brown's here. What?
No, I'm saying it's.
I got excited.
It's the Charlie Brown and Lucy syndrome.
Oh,
where
okay.
She keeps moving the football.
Okay, yes.
That syndrome. I seen how excited you got. Wow.
Well, I hadn't seen him in a while. So it's, for example, this is a example of something she's done already. She offered $25,000 down payments. That's what she said at first, for first-time home buyers and first-generation people, which really doesn't help a lot of people who don't have good credit already, because the first-generation people, they are going to have a clean slate with good credit. That's not going to help Black voters, but it doesn't help at all anyway, because she changed it from an actual down payment to a tax credit. Girl, bye. So anyway, I just wanted to point that out, and let's let DL Hughley cook if he can. I doubt he can. He already dropped the ball, and he's like a PMC boule dude himself. I put him up there with Roland Martin and Ricky Smiley. So, hi, Mousy. Oh, everyone's streaming today. Well, thank you for the people that are here, since you could have been anywhere else in the world, but you chose to be here at Black Life. You ready, Black Life? You have anything you want to say before Okay.
Just this morning on the Breakfast Club, Kamala Harris said that brothers aren't saying that they are going to Trump, that is overplayed in the media. But the polls are what they are, or do you think the polls aren't accurate?
Well, I think.
Do you want to become a software engineer? Well, if you don't know where to start, I'm Jacob. I'm a professional software engineer based here in New York City, and let me introduce you to Codecademy. They're a platform dedicated to kickstarting your career in tech and getting you closer and closer to that.
So sorry. I do not want to pay YouTube. So I get one. I apologize for that. Okay, here we go. Let's go back.
It's all the time. The quickest way to make a Black dude lie to you is ask them a question with a clipboard in your hand. So I think, if there are people who are reticent to speak to pollsters who are Trump voters, I think that would be true of anybody. I think, but I don't know the methodology. I know personally this is not anecdotal, but I don't know anybody who's ever been polled before. But ultimately, I think this is an opportunity for young Black men, or Black men, period, to do something I've never seen the political process avail them to, and that's an opportunity to tell people what they want. And I think she's done that, and she was doing that before she was the top of the ticket, and she's doing it now. And I think she's laid out an agenda that is full of the things that a lot of Black men have said they wanted, and I think we have an obligation to see if she is true to her word.
So, DL, what do you think are the biggest misconceptions about Black men voters?
I think that we're not involved. I think that we're not engaged. Everything society cares about, we do. We care about our economic prospects. We care about being involved in the wealth-making mechanisms of this country. We care about a woman's bodily autonomy. We care about the environment. We care about schools. So we're no different than anybody else. I think what is different is this is the first time in my recent recollection, or in my memory at all, where somebody asked us what we wanted. I've been married a long time. My wife ain't never asked me what I wanted, so it's a different process. But I think, what do you want? Is this a trick question? I think it is interesting, and it shows how important we are. But we have to understand, like a lot of demographics understand, politics is transactional. You don't have to deify a politician or worship a politician. You don't have to they are a tool to get what you want. And I think for the first time, not only are Black men being asked what they want, but they're coming up with specific things that they need to have to feel like they're participating in this process.
Yeah, let's talk about the summit, which premieres tonight on BET.
Okay. I think we've had enough of him, right? What do you think?
It was just a few minutes.
You want me to finish?
But it was supposed to be only 5 minutes or 55 seconds.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what happened.
Okay.
But that's cool. That's cool. I wanted to say that he's talking about something that's supposed to be playing. It's like a
Black Summit.
Not a Black Summit. It's specifically targeting Black males. And it's going to be interesting to hear what their perspectives are that is allowed to be expressed. But you know how these shows are scripted and guarded, and people's civil rights are taken right under their damn nose, but they just be so honored to be on something like that where they don't really notice that their rights are being violated. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's going to be interesting to see if they're allowed to be able to be expressive enough to share what's really on their mind, or are they hand picking people and cherry picking people to further push their agenda?
Jacqueline wonders how many people responded to the polls on the streets. Answer one of the duopoly answers just to get people, just to get rid of the people asking the questions. Yeah, because if you don't respond with the answer that they're expecting from the duopoly, then you might get stuck there for a little while.
I'm just saying you might not even get an opportunity to express yourself, is what I'm saying. They control so much, which was something interesting today that I was talking about with someone about how they keep referring to Trump as a fascist, as a dictator. And then the question was, if he was such a dictator while he was a president, correct? Then what are some things that he put in place that Biden came in and immediately undone? If he was such a dictator, if he was such a harsh fucking dictator and put things in place to take away rights from people and da 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 da, what are some things that Biden specifically did?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah,
you're
but
saying
I just want to ask our viewers to share it as well. I'm just saying how they are so quick to point fingers at Trump for being a fascist, a controller, while they are actually controlling what is being projected in the media, what is being shared across the airwaves.
I mean, they're both projecting.
No, but I'm just saying Democrats often try to point the fingers as though Republicans and Trump are the only ones trying to control them, trying to dictate them to them, while they are actually doing it, but with a fucking smiley face mask on, like it's for the greater good, it's for your good. You know what I mean? Take this vaccine because it's going to make you better. You know what I'm saying? It's manipulative control.
I understand. If you point one finger, you have two fingers pointing back at you.
Yeah, but I'm saying
it's almost like even the squad. What's that lady's name? I like the question she asked. It's like she should be in the squad too. Katie something.
Yeah, the
white lady.
Mm-hmm.
She asks really good questions and stuff, and she challenges in those hearings. She does challenge those CEOs and stuff. She challenges them like from a why Republicans wanting to do this perspective, but she never challenges not democratic views from Democrats. So you're being disingenuous, like you guys are completely right about everything, and we just got to go get those bad guys.
Her name's Katie Porter.
Katie Porter, that's what her name is. Thank you. So anyway, remember, well, I just want to say this really quickly, and then I'm gonna go back to that guy that was on the far right, and I asked you guys to pay attention to him. But before I do that, I want to congratulate Mousy. Oh, he hadn't given me permission to say that. I keep saying it too. I thought I was doing the chat. Who is coming out with a new song with his band. Mouse, can you put your channel in the chat so we could show it up here for everyone so they can go check you out? So the name of the song is called Bliss, Psychedelic and Rocky. Ooh, sounds like some GMT situation going on. Oh, you gave oh, yay, Mousy. Good, because I keep doing it.
Yeah, you're very voice.
So all right, so now I'm going to although I can't okay, so you subscribe. Nahilo, can you put it up? I don't see it. Did I miss it? I want to put it up. Oh, yes, 2 channels. Okay, here we go. Mouse SF and another that's still empty. Oh, okay, we agreed that I was doing the chat. Hold on. Called Moves for my graph art. Okay, so let's everybody just go like and subscribe right now. Go like and subscribe. So when he starts putting his art up, he'll already have some support because that's what we do here. We support each other. And while you're doing that, go ahead and like and subscribe and share. Abby Do, Abby Don't, the 10 Rabbit Podcast. You said you wanted to stay on Abby Do, Abby Don't. Yeah. Okay, so let me go to this so I can give you some background on. Do you remember this, Black Life? These two guys, they were expelled from they were called
Yes,
the
I
Tennessee
remember.
Three. You remember?
Mhm.
Okay, so the guy on the left, I don't know who the third one is though. The guy on the
didn't
left
really,
is
highlight them
yeah, they only highlighted these two people
because they were
black.
Jews.
The other one wasn't black, right? I think. So they were like, oh, let's grab the black ones. Justin Pearson is the one on the left, and then the one on the right, his name is Justin Jones. So two Justins. I think the one on the right is like half Filipino, half black, something like that. I'm trying to remember why they got expelled. But that's neither here nor there. I want to show you the evolution of this guy on the left, Justin Pearson. And I pulled something up. This was on the fly, so forgive me if it's crazy because it's from Fox News, but you'll get the gist of what's going on here. Let me know if there's audio, please. No audio? Okay. No audio. Thanks, StreamYard, for making this difficult. But we're hanging in there. Now let's try it. Oh, Laura Ingram. Oh, she gets on my nerves. I can't. Just can't stand to even hear her whiny ass voice. But anyway, that's not why we're playing this.
Now, we just came across a video he made at a prestigious liberal arts college in 2016. Now, check out if you can spot the difference between Justin then and Justin now.
How can we represent all voices in a conversation? I wanted to do this by partnering with organizations from the Bowdoin Democrats to the Bowdoin Republicans. I want to bring together different voices, dissenting voices, voices that may be more liberal or more conservative, in order that we can reach a point of sort of the radical middle.
Seemed like the NRA and gun lobbyists might win. But oh, that was good news for us. I don't know how long this Saturday in the state of Tennessee might last. But oh, we have good news, folks. We've got good news that Sunday always comes.
What? Now, we just came across a video he made at a prestigious liberal arts college in 2016. Now, check out if you can spot the difference between Justin then and Justin now.
How can we represent all voices in a conversation? I wanted to do this by partnering with organizations from the Bowdoin Democrats to the Bowdoin Republicans. I want to bring together different voices, dissenting voices, voices that may be more liberal or more conservative, in order that we can reach a point of sort of the radical middle.
Seemed like the NRA and gun lobbyists might win. But oh, that was good news for us. I don't know how long this Saturday in the state of Tennessee might last. But oh, we have good news, folks. We've got good news that Sunday always comes.
It's the good news. What? I know, Laura. I'm laughing too, child.
Now, one thing I'm not going to do is ever in my entire life co-sign with Laura Ingram. Never. But what I do want to say is the same manipulation that is going on with this young man occurred with Barack Obama. But we didn't realize that because we were so caught up in the ceremonial, opportunity of the first black man president. They just mesmerized us with all of these things. Now, when we talk about substance and we talk about actuality, that's where your feet hit the road.
I have to say, you're on my camera. I have to say that I don't think I don't think that happened with him. I think he was handpicked personally. I think Obama was.
I'm talking about how, regardless of if he was handpicked or not, how he came across to the average
Oh, yes.
black voter.
Yes.
You know, that's what I'm saying. I'm talking in reference to that.
Yes.
I'm just saying the same way this guy was able to turn that shit on and turn that shit off.
Mm-hmm.
If we really are honest with ourselves and we take this is what makes internet and the access to all of these fucking videos from way back when very valuable. It's because just like Laura Ingraham was able to pull up his original fucking self, excuse me, his original video versus who he's projecting to be now, and who, I mean, when I say now, I'm talking about that panel that he was just on with Theo Hughley. That was like a couple of days ago. You feel what I'm saying? And so I'm saying who he's pretending to be now as opposed to who he was originally. What was his message? And I'm like, if we have authentic black people in leadership positions, it'll look a whole lot different than what these people are. Like Kamala, Barack Obama.
Remember we had talked about if we really had black leaders, they'd already be dead by now.
Who said that?
I did.
Yeah, but not now. See, that's what I'm talking about. I could see them being dead then, but if we had authentic black leaders, look at how loyal these people are to black rappers and entertainers and celebrities. Look how loyal people go. They've never met these people a day in their lives, but they'll kill for them in an instance. I'm telling you, if you would listen to NBA YoungBoy, his fans.
No, thank you.
That's not my,
No,
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it because I like it. I'm doing it to be educated on what's going on in their mind.
To know what your children are think or how your children
Not
are being
just the
shaped.
children. I'm talking about these young people who, some of these people have leadership positions and they love them. You understand what I'm saying? Like some people, some young leaders that we need to be connected to, if you ask them who their favorite artists are, they're not going to say Tupac and Nas and Biggie and stuff like that. They're going to
Different
talk
generation.
about a whole different group of rappers. And those rappers project different messages. And you know what I'm saying? Different, a whole lot different than Tupac and Nas.
Well, it's a
And
different
what I'm trying to
generation.
say, I'm sorry.
Well, I was just gonna say it's a different generation. And this generation
And that's
is
my
the
point.
generation that where they had that secret meeting. I can't remember who mentioned that. He said they went to this meeting with all
There's
these
a couple of people who
executives,
mentioned
and they were like their new agenda was to fill prisons, and they needed rappers to rap about specific things, and
My
they would
point
pay them
is-
handsomely for it.
My point
Let me
is,
see. I'm gonna see if I can find it. I got your point.
no, I'm saying it's manipulated,
Mhm.
just like every other part of our lives now. Used to be rap and hip hop was sacred to our community. It was a true reflection of what was going on in our community, where we wanted to go, and the power that we had. You remember that song, Self Destruction?
Yes.
Okay, at that point right there, we were trying to tell our young people what was going to happen if they made certain choices. But those rappers made way for the new rappers who didn't believe the same things. And I'm just trying to say, shit changed, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Shit
I don't
changed.
think it's that they didn't believe the same things. I think in the 90s, there was like a lot of money to be made on black entertainment, and we had really good shows. The Cosby Show, A Different World, Good Times. We had a lot of very positive
What
black
shows now talk
Let me
about?
finish.
Yeah,
We had a
those
lot of
things.
positive black shows and black music. They had music reflecting what was going on in the projects, but it was to educate you. This is not the life you want, right? And then they had positive black music like Self Destruction,
And then a light switch changed.
Unity, UNITY. Also, they had a
Plenty.
lot of love songs, a lot of rhythm and blues love songs. And then
Family-oriented music.
somehow everything just flipped.
A light switch
And
came
now
on.
all we have are reality shows where black people are backstabbing each other. fighting,
Mhm.
like just straight
The
up
worst
just
elements
fighting.
of the community.
The
It's
worst elements of
our
us
community.
is in the music
And getting
and on TV
monetarily
now,
rewarded.
and getting monetary rewarded for it. Yeah, you're right.
That's what I'm trying to talk about. It was
And
like
these
a
children
nice
are
one.
watching this
But I'm saying to you right now, Abigail,
and
this is
trying
what
to
I'm
emulate
saying.
it.
This is what I'm saying. Knowing that, right? Knowing that, seeing it, having evidence of it, seeing the transition of it, why now are we not more empowered to do better with our votes? Why are we still at this day and age being manipulated, being shamed? And when I talk about shame, we can go into some videos today, because part of this show, I want to also share with our audience President Barack Obama's words toward Black male voters, Black voters. And then I wanted you to hear the response from Black males and other people. You know,
So you want me to play? Wait, so play.
I want not window yet. There's a. Is it in order?
I thought I put it in order.
Okay.
I'm gonna what I'm gonna do is, well, first I'm gonna say I'm gonna put this up. So Mousy has a SoundCloud account. Can you guys please go check him out? Like his SoundCloud, listen to his music, see if it might be something that you are interested in. Tell a friend.
I
That'd be
like
awesome.
how you know Mouse, and I don't really know who Mouse is, and he's on a big feature today in Black Life. I would like to get to know who Mouse is, before we start highlight. Hey, Mouse, all right, hey, Mousy. I mean, can I get to say Mousy? I mean, I would
You
like
gotta
to
ask him.
I'm asking.
I think that might.
Today's show is Black Life.
I think that might be just for me. Get back.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Look,
I'm like,
Jacqueline
Mousy
says.
didn't got a bigger introduction than me today.
Well,
But-
I also want to show Golden Monarch's Substack again, just in case there are newer people in here that weren't here yesterday, which I will do. But before I do that, Jacqueline is on a roll. She said, it's like Abby and Tasha are having a private discussion. They completely forgot we're in the room.
You know what I like? I like the opportunity for us to be able to have the open dialogue like we do, because we're working through this. In order for you to build some authentic things, you have to authentically be and work through it. Correct?
Yeah. And look, haven't we tried to get Jacqueline? Jacqueline, you want to come on then?
That's right.
You want to come on
I
and
want
have a discussion with
Jacqueline
us?
to be risque, and create an avatar so that way she can feel comfortable. Because if you're like me, Jackie, and you don't want to put yourself out there, but I want you to know that going on to this trip over the last week has built my confidence and courage. And I'm eventually going to have myself, you see this hand? This hand will go with the face.
Oh,
eventually. But Jacqueline, I would love for you to be a part of Black Life and help me to grow myself and to help our audience grow by asking great questions like you do, because you are brand new to this Black Life here in America. And I love being able to talk to you about it because it helps to re-educate me as well.
UK all day, baby.
That's right.
So I'm wondering, do I need to pull up his speech at that rally? Because I don't think
you talking about Barack's?
Yes.
From the original speech that Wendell Pierce had.
Pierce Morgan?
No, Wendell, the guy from New Orleans, the famous Black actor that you just.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Him.
So you want me to pull this up?
Wait, before you pull it up,
okay.
He's commenting on something President Obama said, and then he critiqued it because he felt a certain kind of way as a Black male, like, "Hey, Obama, what the hell you saying?
Chill out, bro."
Yeah, but he didn't say like this right here. Is like he's such a great actor and a great sincere guy. He's not coming out here calling Barack Obama out, but he also said what he said about how he felt about what he said. You understand what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He's not disrespectful anyway of saying his opinion right here, which is interesting to see, because you could disagree with someone without disrespecting them or yourself. Correct?
Yeah, I always like to see him come. He doesn't come on often, but when he does,
it's authentic.
It's authentic and it's real. He's he really has his hand on the pulse for a lot of things from what I could see. But I don't know him. Just like we said, star icon. I don't know. But
You know him because he's hands-on in the community.
not my community. I live in
In
Baton
New Orleans
Rouge, but I'm just
community,
saying.
and I've
So
over the course of my I've always followed him.
oh, okay.
And he's been very authentically connected to New Orleans community and doing great things within it.
Okay. So I just want to reiterate, go to SoundCloud, mouse dash, that's a dash, SF, to hear his music. Also go to Substack, go to monarchnews.substack.com. If any of our day ones, if you guys have some stuff that you're doing, you have a blog, you have a channel, please send it to us. We'd love to give you a shout out because the more information, the better. So, the ponytails. Thank you. I don't feel like doing my hair. I have an interview tomorrow, so I'm going to take it down tomorrow and do something with
She's
it.
gonna be glamorous.
I'm going to be glamorous tomorrow. I'm getting my nails done and everything, darling. Sassafras.
Abby do. I just want to say one thing to you and Nahilo. Yesterday, I gave you guys a compliment because you were looking so fabulous and beautiful. And not even one of you acknowledged it.
Nahilo, she gave me the business that she was like, y'all, I was saying how cute y'all looked.
Both of you.
Both of y'all ignored my
Nahilo
comment.
had a cigarette in his hand.
Oh, the way he came on.
The way he came on, it was like, oh, shivers.
When I brought him on, he was like,
Nahilo,
hey, what's up? Smooth operator. All right, so let's get to the video. We play too much.
I love what Jackie said. Jackie said, am I the only one person like,
oh, thank you, Jacqueline. Rondo.
Frankly.
All right.
Let's take a moment.
We gotta take a moment.
Let's address the big fat elephant in the room.
Sean. Rondo, you coming on? I sent you a link.
I was on the move yesterday, making a G ride to my friend.
You were making a G ride while I was on.
I was making a G ride. I tried to have Abby Du's meal. She left me in charge of the meal. I messed the meal up.
She fucked it up.
I messed that meal up.
She fucked it up.
So I'm going on a G ride, trying to do 3 different things all at once. And I had no idea what I did, Rondo. No idea. Rondo, you one of my G's.
She felt so bad too.
G's, I felt so bad all the whole night. I woke up, I probably said, Rondo, no. I probably did.
You had a nightmare. You had a nightmare about
I had a
Rondo.
nightmare. Like Rondo was good.
But look, Rondo, you don't have to come on, but in your ex, I sent you a guest link.
And I just want you to know that it was not anything at all intentional. I hope you forgive me. I hope you come on.
I think he was being facetious.
No, when this is what makes it even more funny is that Bad Cookies is such a fucking bad cookie.
Oh, he's so petty.
Bad Cookies said something, and I didn't even realize at the moment when Bad Cookies said something, I didn't realize it was real. So Bad Cookies said, yeah, Black Lives block them or some shit like that. I'm like, what? And I was like, look at you, snitching. Or something. I called him a snitch.
You didn't realize you were
I didn't realize the shit was real. I was like, this is some real shit. And then I saw Jackie's comment and I was like, holy shit, what'd I do? And then I was like, I know for sure I didn't do anything. So then I started scrolling back and I looked and it said Black Life, blah, blah. I said, what? What the what? So that shit was hilarious, son.
Yeah, we laughed. We laughed about that for a while.
Totally didn't do anything like that on purpose to you, my man.
Sean, cheers.
So hopefully you forgive me, and we could grow from this.
And hopefully you come on. Hopefully you join from that X link. If you're feeling froggy, jump.
Check me.
All right, let's get to this video. Here we go.
I've known the president for years now, and a mutual contact, said that he wanted to speak. I wanted to speak to him. I didn't offer it as a criticism. For me, it was nothing more than strategists in a room saying, "Hey, what is the best messaging for Black men?" I have focused the past 6 weeks of going around the country with a barbershop campaign, right? Going to barbershops to talk to Black men, since I heard this every election cycle, they always say that Black men are siphoned off. And I found the most effective way to communicate to the men in those gatherings was saying, what do you want? Vote for what you want. Declare what your values are, and then go out and make the choice on that. Don't consider my candidate or the other candidate. Vote for what you want. And I found it to be effective. What they would say is, what are you doing here? This is the first time someone came and asked that of me. And so I was saying simply, that's not the way to get to folks. What I've experienced in the past 6 weeks is the fact folks want to see, what have you delivered?
Did he acknowledge that it was not delivered the right way?
We actually didn't get into which was better or if it was criticism. It was saying that we were on the same page. We just wanted to clear it. We wanted to make sure that we were on the same page and that we wanted to reach out to folks. And I think it's just a matter of messaging one way or the other, and that the focus shouldn't be on the criticism or what is perceived as criticism or what is perceived as the right way or the wrong way to get to Black men. It's the first thing is to approach and engage Black men, accept the challenge, and get out the vote.
I mean, Coleman, we had you on last week when this happened. You were critical of it then, and you probably believe, I assume, that there is some movement toward the right among Black men.
I mean, we've been talking about that not only on this show, on other shows on this network for over a year. Pew has been studying this issue. There is a clear trend among Black men towards the Republican Party and away from Democrats. It's not just about Trump or Biden or Kamala. It's about a party effect. And the question is, why is that? I think it's even bigger than Black men. I think it's men in general. I think there's something about the Democratic Party that is
significant. It's insignificant. We've had the same conversation going all the way back.
No, actually, it's really a phenomenon.
And the fact is, in this election,
past 8 years,
give me any candidate who wouldn't want 85% of any demographic's vote.
Trump
actually
got more of the Black vote in 2020 than
No, he actually got 3 points. You're actually right. He got 3 more points. He got 3 more points.
You also think it's not as significant?
A trend line is not 4. It's not 3 points.
Burying your head in the sand isn't going to fix it.
I know, and that's why we're going around messaging to people.
Right, but I think the problem Obama had, I think the problem Obama had, and I even reacted to it when he did it, and I've been on the other side of when Obama does that. It's the sort of lectury chiding Obama without treating them in a respectful manner. I didn't find that a respectful way to treat anybody, and immediately really pushing hard on identity politics over what do you want as a person, as a not just a man, as a person in American society. And I think there's a part of Obama that is the hope person, and then there's that. And I don't think that's an effective way. I think you're 100%
well,
right.
I think what he was saying is something that we've all been saying. And that's something that, I mean, as offensive as Donald Trump is to Black men, it's very hard for a Black man to understand why would someone vote for.
Right.
Right. It's racist actions, it's racist words, it's racist policies. Right. And so that was the thing that's in the front.
I would like to. My question is, if he's considered that offensive, why are so many Black men flocking to vote for him? Like, they keep saying this, they keep hammering this down, like how offensive it is to Black people, this and that. But why are so many Black men? So it's not so much. I mean, I think it's the same reason poor white people went to vote for Trump, because when they voted for Obama and their lives didn't get any better. So I think it's a big FU to the Democratic Party. I think that's what it is. I think it has nothing to do with Trump and how offensive he is, because nothing happened to Black people under Trump.
Can I tell you what aggravates me? It's the fact that you're not allowed to have a different point of view, a different perspective, because if you do, then you're considered uninformed, you're considered dumb, you're considered all these derogatory things if you don't agree with the movement, with the group of people. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, can we have a place where if you don't agree with me, if I'm a Democrat and you don't agree with me, I still respect your choice to do what you want to do with your vote without making you feel like you ain't shit because you disagree with me. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It makes me so sick that just because people don't want to follow the flock and they want to have a difference of opinion, they want to have a different perspective because of their experiences or whatever the fuck is going on. It's like, why you gotta attack them and say all kind of shit, and then at the same time act like you care about them and you're doing something specifically for them.
You had just said you was gonna change up the way you spoke. You remember?
I know, but you just asked me to speak up with passion.
No, you
So
said.
I was trying to be quiet, and you said I wasn't.
No, this is what you said.
I said I was going to do better and be more respectful. But
Be
when
more
you're talking
respectful,
about this,
so you could show your face. That's what you said.
yeah, but I can still show
And
my
you could
face.
cuss
Having
it
that
up a
opinion.
storm.
I just have a strong
I gotta
opinion
get-
because they have a strong opinion against people who disagree with them.
Yeah.
They have a very strong opinion, and that's exactly what this guy is saying. However, he is also still a Democrat, still supporting them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But he's saying it in a delicate way. Like, he was offended by Barack Obama's comments.
Oh, there's a lot of black people.
And
There's
I have a couple of more videos that
okay.
show how they feel about what he said.
They were like he
Because he
acted
said
like
it
he
more
was
than once.
like he was pointing his finger like he was our
You know who else
dad or
pointed the
something.
finger at people? At black men? At black
Biden.
people?
Biden.
No, a black man. You know who else pointed the finger at black men?
Okay, Roland Martin.
No, yeah, him, but I'm talking about
D.L.
fucking Bill
Hughley.
Cosby. Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby
Luke
offended.
Skywalker.
I'm talking about Bill Cosby.
Okay.
I'm saying Eddie Murphy, a lot of comedians, a lot of people were turned off to Bill Cosby when he got that chip on his shoulder and started lecturing to black people instead of conversating and talking and educating them. He started going off on them. And there's a lot of fucking video about how people felt about him, and which is why it was such a big old to do when it was arrested for his mischievous behaviors.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is finish this video, right? And then we're going to get to how people respond to it. But I did want to, you had mentioned right here.
You took over the rights?
No, but you told me that I
Okay,
was
you're right,
I
you're
was
right.
adminning the entire time, but now you're taking my job. So
Pull your pants up. Yeah, that's right, Rondo.
yeah, pull your pants up is what he did.
He was very he was dismissive and just like he was worse than white people are to a certain point, because you believed in Bill Cosby. You believed in what he was doing for our community, and then all of a sudden he gonna start turning on you.
Well, may I just say, you also, when you see people, you're like, oh, I don't want to see you. Well, pull your pants up. You say the same thing.
I do say the same thing, but I'm talking about when you are trying to get people, when you are advocating for people, just because people do things that you don't disagree with, you don't alienate them and start making them feel worse than the other people.
What you're saying is it's a certain way to get your point
Yes,
across.
a certain way to get your point across, because just like Monique was trying to say about the bonnets.
Yeah.
You know, she was trying to say, carry yourself with dignity and respect when you're out in public. Basically, that's what she was trying to say.
Well, they're making bonnets with different patterns and stuff, so
Which is
they
great,
so they
because-
look more presentable.
Exactly.
But it is to
You
protect your
challenge people to
hair.
be better.
Our hair needs protection.
No, but I'm saying you challenge people to be better. Instead of coming outside like you don't give a shit about what you have on and how you're being presented, have some creativity. Be originals.
Well, those
That's what-
bonnets are creative now.
Now they are. I'm saying her comment sparked a change.
Well, when I was coming up. Oh, I just dated
Who you
myself.
old?
When I was coming up,
Oh, dear.
when I was, they used to have women come out with rollers, and I didn't think anything of it because I know how cumbersome black hair can be. They might have been had to just go to the store really quickly to get something, and their hair is set in the
clothes
rollers.
store.
Let me finish. Their hair is set in the rollers because they have an event to go to that night. You can't take the hair out of the rollers because if you do, it's going to mess up the whole hairstyle.
But I'm saying it was a clothes store, something that you're familiar with. It's not a new store or airport. And Rondo, I
don't appreciate the airport part because you don't know what that person is doing when they get off the plane. They might have to go straight to a board meeting. Like, you don't know. Just going to the airport is stressful enough. And then you want me to get dressed?
Okay, frankly, I don't care
I'm not.
two snaps about what people do and how they do it. I'm saying what America has made a thing. I'm saying this. Rondo made a comment about how if you flat back.
Yeah, I wanted to address this, but I guess I'll come back to it.
Flatbacks.
What you mean flat back?
Go
What does
down,
that mean? What is?
I'm trying to say.
Well, that's not flat back. Let's move forward.
Whatever. My point is, he say he grew up saying, thinking.
Oh, right here. I
something
was
about
raised
bonnets
with the
being-
mentality that you don't wear your bonnet outside.
But check this, Rondo. So in my mind, as a young lady, growing up in the South, and I say young lady, loose as a motherfucking goose. Because I was a tomboy.
Don't get
You feel
me
what I'm saying?
started.
So what I looked at when I grew up was rules for girls and boys. I looked at it strategically hard, detailed, and everything else. So I say, if somebody telling me it's all right for you to wear a wave cap or do-rag or a stocking cap at the store and
How do
going
they
around.
get away with it? We can't wear bonnets. Sorry, I jumped in. I got
See how you
excited.
got me?
I got
See how you
excited.
got me? That's how I am when you're talking. I do the same thing. Jackie, look at that growth. Look at that growth. I'm not even mad. No, I'm saying we growing. We growing by acknowledging. You see what I'm saying? When I be passionate about what you say, you see how you felt that passion when I talk about that do-rag? Ooh, that do-rag brought some heat. But I'm saying there was a double standard going around in our communities, in our Black communities, that Black men were allowed to do and be whoever the hell they wanted to be, whether it was do-rag, stocking cap, wife beater, all that kind of stuff. A Black man can do and be what he want to be and feel as comfortable as he can, but a Black woman was not given the same discretion.
Well, may I say that's not
Go ahead.
not Black community. That's a gender bias. That's in many communities.
I'm
where
not
the
talking
men-
about other communities. I'm
I
talking
know,
about
I'm just saying-
specifically my Black
I
community.
know, but I'm just pointing out that that's not just germane to the Black community. That is a patriarchal issue
But
across
notice-
multiple communities. That's all I'm
Notice my
saying.
comment was not about the patriarchal system. I was talking about
We don't have to
specifically.
go back and forth about it.
No, I'm just saying you brought it out.
We don't have to go back and forth. I'm just saying it's a patriarchal issue. It's not a
But I'm
just a
speaking
Black issue.
specifically.
Okay,
about
okay.
a specific thing. So I
All
know
right. So can I speak on this thing that you said?
I thought I was doing good, Jackie. I gotta.
Oh, Jacqueline says the paternalistic, condescending attitude of people like Obama is insulting. It is insulting.
It is.
He's
It
like
makes you-
wagging his finger at us.
But that's the same thing I'm saying. Bill Cosby did the same thing, and it turned the Black community against him to a certain aspect. And whether they were celebrities or everyday people, they felt like he was trying to tell them that they were not doing right if they didn't do what he wanted them to do or the standard that he wanted to set.
Rondo says the Obama I guess part of his finger wagging is he was telling Black men that if you have a problem with Black women, and Rondo felt like that was the height of of insult to him. He said he was actually raised by a strong Black woman. Obama's Black experience starts and ends with Michelle. Ooh, burn.
Ooh.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
Rondo, the first Black friend or the first person. Okay, that's right.
Nahilo,
you be going, that's my G, man. You go ham. Harder than a mother. But Rondo, it's like Damn, I lost my train of thought. I was about to say, well, what he said last about Obama. What?
He said his black experience starts and ends with Michelle.
Oh, I said this is how they got me with Obama being black. Let me ask you if you ever remember that movie that LL Cool J played God or Jesus in the movie. Rondo, tell me, Rondo, Sean, I know y'all know the name of the movie where he had the pool stick and he did what he did with the pool stick. What's the movie that LL Cool J played God? I'm gonna tell you how this goes to Obama. Watch, follow me. Come on, Rondo. Come on, Sean. LL Cool J played the character. Either he was referenced as God or he was referenced as Jesus or like the highest Messiah, whatever. Did they say it yet?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, son. You know the movie. Shit.
While they're trying to figure it out, I'm just gonna say, Sean said he named his swear jar "fuck shit bitch jar." That way, whoever called me out had to
Maybe
pay
I
up
can't
to.
show my face. Maybe I'm gonna just stay Black Life Forever.
Just stay Black Life Forever, baby.
Black
Because
Life
I don't
Forever.
know.
But look, so
Let me
if
see
you
if
find
they
the
found
movie,
it.
it's called
Shite.
Too Deep. All right.
Oh,
That is.
Sean got it.
You slow boy, I got that boy. I got that boy. You see that jump I got on him? 2 seconds, I got you, Sean. But In Too Deep. So in the movie In Too Deep, there was a character played that was introducing Omar Epps to
This might
LL
be too
Cool
much.
J. And that character was played by a dude named Harper Hill. Right? You know Harper
this is
Hill?
too much information
No,
for
it's
somebody
not.
who hasn't seen
Harper
In Too
Hill
Deep.
played in movies like In Too Deep. Harper Hill was relative to Black America.
Girl, you talking to white people.
I'm just giving them stuff they can look up, okay?
Okay.
I'm talking to Sean and Rondo and all the people that can look
Okay.
up stuff. All right, so my point is Harper Hill is supposedly Barack Obama's one of his best friends. You feel what I'm saying? I'm serious. So Harper Hill and Barack Obama were supposed to be like this. And that's what I'm saying, led him into the blackness and the black cool thing, because not only was Harper Hill, his name Harper Hill,
Oh,
right?
it sounded like you were saying Harper.
Hill Harper.
Like you told Harper.
He have two first name, last name type shit. It could be Hill Harper or it could be Harper Hill. I'm saying it wrong.
Oh, this black man.
Yeah, so him and
Oh.
Obama supposedly been in college and like been good friends and shit like that, right? So he's a kind of versatile black dude. Not only could he act in a movie like In Too Deep, but he could also flip and act in a different kind of movie and play a clean cut black brother. He was versatile in the black community. And when they introduced Barack Obama, and when I learned about Barack Obama, his name Harper Hill.
Yeah.
When I learned about him, I was referencing him to someone like Harper Hill. You know, a versatile, intelligent, because this guy was always projected as being very intelligent. So when they said Obama was like the president of the Lawyers Association at his university, he was this, an excellent black leader. Of course, they had fuckers like me flocking to somebody like that because we like, oh, he get to be president and he's gonna come do something magnificent. But my was I led astray. And he didn't give a fuck about a black agenda.
Harper Hill was the one that said Obama was gay.
You got to be kidding.
That's
Give me
what
some
Sean
shit on
said.
that. Nah, I ain't know that.
Sean, if you could
Sean, please
throw a
send me
link in the
some
chat or
stuff on that.
something.
I thought they was trying to use my boy to give him the black cred. Because without him, I could listen to Candace and say Barack Obama has no black affiliation at all. Other than Michelle.
He doesn't.
I'm saying without Harper Hill for me. I'm talking.
I hear you.
I'm saying without Harper Hill and him being good friend, if Sean showed me some shit where Harper Hill said that motherfucker gay, then this on and popping. I mean, Sean, you gonna let her loose the beast.
So I'm going to if he pulls it up, he pulls it up. If not,
I need proof.
But I'm gonna move on to this black man's
In Too Deep was with Omar Epps.
His experience with, let's see, wait. Don't they used to play that on BET? I don't know what he's talking about In Too Deep, maybe?
What?
Did they used to play In Too Deep on BET? I don't know.
I mean, it's very explicit. They probably did, but I'm saying you can look it up easily. It could be a Tubi movie right now.
I don't even know what Mousy and Nahilo, they having a sidebar conversation, and you know they bad.
Who?
I haven't been able to follow.
Who?
Nahilo and Mousy. Badasses. Anytime you tell your teacher you don't want to fuck with me, you badass.
They probably
I don't even know the backstory because we've been kind of busy.
So
let me play this this response. Let's get back to what we were
I thought not
talking about.
Because if he had said that, that would wreck the Democratic Party. If Harper Hill accused Obama of being gay, that would be like a high story. I'm not even kidding.
Oh, it wasn't the guy. Oh, okay.
I thought not. I was like, if he showed me some shit on that.
Well, do you know who the
That's
guy
breaking
was?
news.
Because that would be interesting. But everybody's saying it actually.
No,
So
if you look at, they got clear. Nah, I'm gonna say clear. What do you say when it's not actually proven? It's called
conspiracy?
No, not a conspiracy, but what do they say when they're about to say something that's not substantiated or confirmed?
Hearsay?
Okay. Well, the
I'm
video
not
shows
sure.
Obama coming in. I want.
Oh, a theory? Sean says a theory?
No, not a theory. It's something else in media. Whenever they're about to say
an allegation.
Nah, it's like a catchphrase they use when they're about to say some shit that they
Allegedly?
Allegedly. When Obama walked into the Olympic game this year during the Olympics, he walked in with his gay lover. You know that?
Oh, that man who put his hands on his knees that was rubbing on his leg.
Yeah, supposedly there's a allegedly there's a backstory to that relationship between him and his Shannon Sharp like.
Y'all gonna leave Shannon Sharp alone.
Man, Shannon Sharp, yes, fuck him. I love Shannon Sharp. I'm so against him right now for being an opportunist.
Why are you so bad at people being gay?
No, it's not about that. It's about him being unauthentic.
Being
an
saying he's
opportunist.
gay.
And he's being an opportunist with this fucking Viagra-like pill. Now you want to go sell a pill because you staged a sexual encounter to prove you wasn't gay?
Which was very
when they have video evidence of you taking your gay lover all around the world, talking about man, get your ass out of here. I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of the dumbness. I'm sick of the dumbness, bro. That's ridiculous. You so transparent, it's ridiculous, Shannon Sharp. And I had great respect for you. Great respect for you. But look at you making me go to Skip. I can't fucking believe you making me take Skip's side. Skip. You never Skip. I can't fucking believe you making me take Skip's side. Okay,
all right, I'm
moving
getting
on.
thank you. I'm getting back to
frankly, this is Black Life. Shannon Sharp and this podcast is a part of Black Life. Just because it isn't political don't mean you have to get your panties in the bunch. Okay? Can I have a moment to express it in the 3-hour escapade you're about to take me down? Thank you kindly.
After that message from Obama yesterday to black men, I had to pull up on Fox News and give them my thoughts.
Joining me now is Xavier DeRousseau, a former BLM activist, and Anton Daniels, a YouTuber, content creator. Xavier, let's start with you. You say you were personally, after watching them, offended by Obama's comments?
Absolutely. I mean, first of all, Obama's not as talented of a liar as he used to be. But quite frankly, my ancestors fought way too hard for me to have the ability to learn how to read, just for Obama to expect me to be so uneducated to think that I would vote for Kamala Harris simply because she claims to be a black woman. And I mean, if people want to stop having Kamala Harris be called a DEI hire, maybe he should stop trying to remind us of her demographic every 5 minutes. Black men not supporting Kamala has nothing to do with her being a woman. It has everything to do with her lack of accomplishments over the last 1,359 days.
Well, Anton, I'm watching this and I'm thinking to myself, the shtick is kind of worn thin with Obama, you know. How you doing, Pittsburgh? You know, that whole, it just seems very 2000, in 2 or 3. I mean, 2008, I should say. Right? It doesn't quite have the same appeal as megastar-ish as he is.
You know, it's a Hail Mary pass considering that we did vote him in based off of identity politics.
This is the moment. This is what.
Identity politics. Identity politics. That's what that's what happens with Black folk, in my perspective. And I would like our audience to tell me if you disagree. But we are caught up in the world of entertainment, celebrity status, populist, ceremonial type of events. We are not, as a Black, and I know Abby is going to disagree with me at some point, but Black America is so ceremonial mind frame that people just could throw a fucking party with some bullshit and it seems like we're gonna fall in line and believe that shit. People could post up in front like the most ridiculous note and highlight that shit, and we forget all the substance. We forget racism. We forget people that's not supporting us to do better in our communities with healthcare, with fucking food deserts. It's like our brain just goes crazy if somebody say, "Oh, today is going to be the first Black American to say howdy doody in the pooty pooty." You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck is wrong with us? Why we gotta give a shit about being the first Black in a ceremonial type?
Howdy doody in the
pooty pooty. I don't give a fuck what you say. I don't care what you say about the ceremonial event. It's like we as a Black community, we get so caught up. Oh, he finna release the new Nike 5300 iPhone 312 Jezebel fucking gold chain. I'm like, all right, people could get mad and fuck about the shit I'm saying, but go and look at Facebook, look at Instagram, look at Twitter, look at TikTok. We get caught up in bullshit so fucking much, dude. And it's like, when you gonna say people lying about the dumb shit they say about us? Because some shit is so fucking obvious. Like if you refuse to hold a woman accountable and tell you about a plan that she's just announcing for Black men, but she hadn't been announcing as VP in a fucking election that she was elected. I'm like, how the fuck you can't tie them things together? How you gonna let somebody who been in office, who been in the fucking political power and leadership, skate on how we are looking now? Like, what the fuck? What? Just because they got on some flashy ass Nike socks and they cook gumbo good, or they know how to carry hot sauce in their purse, this gonna sound worse than fucking Hillary with some of this tomfoolery shit she has done during these interviews to be Black. To be Black. Black is not a shit to be. It just is. And why we gotta look at this woman or listen to Charlamagne the God and Angela Ray talk about
it's Angela Ray.
I don't give a fuck.
Oh my God. That was horrible.
I don't give a shit what she is. What she is a lying ass motherfucker if she try to say Black people only care about calling Trump a fascist.
She also said no, and Charlamagne said
that.
No.
Excuse me.
No.
Charlamagne said Kamala need to call him more a fascist more.
Let me tell you what he said.
I remember.
No, you don't
It was
remember
bullshit.
correctly. He said, people want to vote for someone who cares about them. That's what he said. And remember, because we talked about it, I was like, I don't give a shit if she care about me.
I want to know what the fuck gonna happen
what
in
you
my
gonna
life.
do for me?
Am I gonna have to retire?
You ain't got to care about me
100 to enjoy life, to be 101. Like, what's happening to my life that I get to enjoy it and to have it worthwhile? Like, what is Kamala promising a Black American to have a life worth living? Do you think I give a fuck about working 3, 4, 5, 6 jobs just to be able to pay bills and have some gas in the car without a place to fucking go? Is that the dream that Kamala is trying to sell to Black men and women? Even if you forgive the fucking student loans, even if you fucking forgive them, all of them, the cost of living is fucking outrageous. We haven't made any fucking money in 20 years or more. What the fuck are you doing different for that? Now you can get here and say you're gonna do this, this, and that for black men and put words on it like I'm targeting black men. She focusing on black men when all of us.
Not
and then if you really want to talk about it, I'm not gonna just talk about black.
Not because she cares about them, but because
not
she's
just
pandering. To,
exactly, it's pandering.
Because she's losing
and
a lot
like
of
we
black
not
voters.
Educated enough to see that shit.
You know what, Black Life?
What?
I'd love to see just step back and let you and Nahilo
one day we
have a show together. Because oh my God, that would gonna be so fucking hilarious.
This bitch off right. We got
Hey,
LA
in the house tonight.
We gonna set this off right.
Hey.
We got LA and the Canada tonight. Let me tell you something, Nahilo. I'm tired of these people trying to sell me shit. Shit smell like shit. Shit look like shit. Shit probably tastes like shit, but I ain't the nigga to fucking deal with. You understand? I'm not the one to taste shit.
Yeah.
I can see it. I can smell it. You know what I mean? I can recognize that motherfucker. I can do all kinds of shit. Don't try to fucking sell it to me or give it to me.
You're cussing like a sailor.
Shit is shit, babe. Shit is shit. Shit is not a cuss word. It is a functional result of your bodily functions.
That's called
excrement.
Excrement.
Well, guess what?
Feces.
Our politicians have been spoon-feeding us excrements of fucking chemically poisoned foods.
What Jacqueline says that dangle carrots and you're having radical rants. And Nahilo said, bring it on. Oh, Dookie is Dookie. Not that one.
Wait, what?
Nahilo laughed. He said one day, let me know. Let me get back.
Let's do it next week. We're gonna plan it over the weekend.
Let me get back to this. Well, I don't know because the election, maybe the election is next week. So.
Exactly, Nahilo. This is my thought right here. I'm tired of people selling me shit. Getting mad when I say stop selling me shit, asshole. Please. Stop acting like shit's supposed to taste great. It doesn't go well with grits and fish and any kind of jambalaya or gumbo. No, shit tastes like and smells like, excuse me, I don't know how it tastes, but it smells like shit. I misspoke on that one because I wish somebody would try to tell me I ate it. I'm not going to.
Jacqueline says, quick, start donating to the swear jar. Talking to Abby, by this time next year, you'll have a plane fare to England.
Let me tell you something. I'm not visiting no country and talking like this, Jacqueline. I'm going to be the most cleanest. I promise. I don't want to get trapped in somewhere where I'm stuck.
Well, let's focus.
Okay.
I cussed in London when I was in
You
London.
sure did.
I sure did.
But technically, you say curse words every other time except when you're telling me not to. That's when you don't say curse words. When you say it to me, Smith, that's enough. That's too much.
Rondo, that's a very Indian thing to do, actually, wash greens in the bathtub. There's pictures of like Indian women washing greens in the bathtub.
But Jamaican people
do that?
My grandmother did.
Ew.
I mean, my grandmother, we used what we had access to. You know what I'm saying? For things that we needed to. We didn't have a washing machine, so sometimes we did laundry in the bathtub.
Yeah, sink?
Yeah, we had sinks.
So why not wash your greens in the sink?
Oh, you can. I'm just saying if you had abundance, if you were doing a big shindig. Shiddiga.
I'm not about to do that. I'm not doing that.
Look, man, I've seen people do a lot of shit growing up that people would never think to do now, but we made do with what we had. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I grew up,
okay, let's
get back in the world of I'm about to date it. Outhouses. When I was a little kid, my grandmother didn't even have outhouses. They had inside.
My mom had an outhouse. They were
And I'm
so
like,
happy when
shit.
they finally got a bathroom in the house. They had an outhouse.
Yeah, so I'm saying like that's why I appreciated Shannon Sharp, because he was talking about and sharing shit that his family and him and he experienced growing up and how he adjusted and made a different life for himself. But when this motherfucker started lying, if you gay, man, just be gay. Stop acting like that. That shit makes me mad, bro. Like you got a whole gay ass assistant that you buying Rolexes and traveling all over the world and giving front row seats to games that niggas dream of going to. If you doing all that, stop it. Don't no fucking man do that for no another man.
And they dress alike.
Yeah, like come on. Rondo and Sean, tell me if I'm lying. Don't nobody do that for no other man. I don't know. People barely do that for their barbers. And niggas love barbers. Excuse me. I'm just saying, Shannon Sharp needs to stop lying.
All right, let's get back to this. We're never gonna get through these videos with all your what did Jacqueline call them? Radical rants. Okay, here we go.
Based off of identity politics.
Based
And
off
I'm not saying
identity
that all is bad, because he did do some things that I didn't necessarily disagree with that Trump absolutely did better than him. But at the same time, I felt that it was incredibly disrespectful, because he's making the assumption that we're not educated enough to lead our families, to look at the policies, to understand exactly what's going on with immigration. And we're supposed to overlook everything that they did over the last 3.5 years that was not in our favor. And when I say our, I'm talking about the American people, let alone men, let alone black men. And we're supposed to vote for her because of some misogynistic reason that's made up. And instead, we've learned how to educate ourselves. And now they've sent their Messiah back to rein us in and bring us back into the Democratic plantation. And most men that I've spoken with have said that it's absolutely disrespectful and we're done with Obama.
Well,
I grew up as an outsider in my family. I had different interests and shit like that, right? And so I always felt like that. I always felt like the black sheep per se in my family, and I can't see it. I'm talking. I'm sorry. I'm saying my friends that I had was mostly black male friends. I was a tomboy. I played basketball. I did certain things, right? So the majority of friends that I have and who are adults now have this kind of perception, have this kind of outlook. They do not like people assuming things about them, putting them in a corner, with all other black men, because they were very fucking educated, nerdy type dudes who had their own personalities and things and interests, and they didn't like being in a group, which is why I hung out with them. You know what I'm saying? Which is what made us cool. And what I'm saying is, it's like instead of that being a small population of black men, that's a large ass fucking population of black men. You know this dude named T-Pain?
Poseidon, I fucked the mermaid.
Right. So you know T-Pain, right?
How's that what I know about you?
I don't know. But look, it took me a while to click in my head. Like,
Lonely Island.
Yeah, that's what she's talking about.
I got a boat.
But you see a dude like T-Pain, I had one of my good friends who remind me of T-Pain. Just a cool ass dude, faithful to his girlfriend or whatever. Just like real to what his dreams and aspirations are. And I'm like, that's an independent minded person. You're not going to persuade that person to follow the sheep, and just vote Democratic because we all Democrats. That's what we do. They're not that kind of dude. You know what I'm saying? And when I hear people talking about the black male vote is not monolithic, it's not that. That sounds like talking point stuff to me, but
we aren't monolithic.
It's not.
They assume that we are.
But look,
like we vote as a block.
No.
At one time we had to, but we don't have to do that anymore.
Okay, this is what I'm saying. 10 years ago, 20 years ago, I would appreciate somebody saying that kind of statement.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I want you to start having examples of why we are not. Who are these types of voters? Who are these types of voters? Like, have something to back up what you got to say about them.
You're saying you want to have some meat behind.
Exactly. If D.L. Hughley going to get on here and say, "Oh, we are not the same. We are a monolithic motherfucker," you know somebody that's this, and this. Do you got examples of people that you talk about that? You know what I mean? My whole point is stop talking shit about example. Now we are not in the age of you just talking shit and spewing stuff out of your mouth as talking points. I'm in the age where
you want
if
tangibles.
I want not only tangibles, I want real life motherfucking human beings, because we got social media that if people share about what kind of breakfast they're eating in the morning, what kind of face cream they use, people share so much fucking shit about themselves.
You want to know like
who you talking about? That's what I want to know.
Or how exactly do you plan on getting this done? Tell me step by step. What's your plan?
Exactly. No, what I'm trying to say is, if you're gonna reference, you saying black voters are not monolithic, right? Well, I want you to give me at least 10 different type of black people that you've conversated with, you got to know. Nowadays, in this day and age, we have the capacity.
Go ahead.
You want me to let you talk, or you want me to finish?
Yeah, I wanted to talk.
Can I finish what I'm saying?
Okay.
In this day and age, we have the capacity to give examples, whether it's visual, actual, factual, or motherfucking in person. You know, we have the capacity to give examples of what the fuck we're talking about. If we did this, this, and this, or we planned this, this, and this, we should have examples now. We should have factual things in place so that we can show the people how this shit come into place. I don't want to hear a plan that Kamala has written down for black men. I want to see what the fuck she's been doing since she's been, because guess what, Abigail? If I'm an assistant principal, if I'm a teacher, I have to show you proof of my lesson of how I implemented it into my classroom, how my students did with it, what the follow-up was with it. If you motherfucking vice president and you got a plan now that you're trying to be president, and you telling me you ain't planned it out, you ain't getting no trial runs of how your plan was gonna be. When you got in that fucking office, you ain't had no examples of this, all the expectations they asking a nigga or a person with a master's degree. Fuck that. I'm being real.
Can I paraphrase what I think you're...
Okay, what I'm trying to say is, if you got a master's degree, you got a bachelor's degree or whatever, they're asking you for tangible, real life things that you've done to fucking put into example of your work experience, what you are, what your qualifications are. Why we not demanding that same shit from Kamala?
So can I just paraphrase what I think you're trying to say so we can see if we're on the same page?
Okay,
is that fair?
But basically what I'm saying is,
don't start it over.
I'm not starting over. I'm gonna keep it short and concise.
You just said what you're saying.
Stop, please, and let me finish. If you are asking these standards from everyday workers with different levels of degree.
You said that already. You said it already. So let me paraphrase what you're saying, so we can see if we're on the same page and see if the viewers.
How about you not say paraphrase? How about you say, let me tell you what I heard you say. That's different than you changing what the hell I'm saying, because I thought I was very direct in what I'm saying.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You understand what I mean?
Hold on.
When you tell me you understand what I'm saying from your perspective, that's cool. Don't paraphrase what I'm saying, because I'm saying exactly what I'm saying. I'm saying they're asking you a lot as an ordinary worker.
Okay, wait, hold on. Paraphrase is the correct term. It's a restatement of someone else's ideas in your own words. That's a correct. I said that correctly. So I'm taking what you said, I'm putting it in my own words so we could see if we align based on what I think I hear when I'm saying. I think I used the correct term.
Yeah, you good.
Okay, thank you. What?
I'm saying you asked me to turn this light on and give you this passion, and then you try to dial it down. Don't do that.
No, I didn't say that.
Because when I go off, I go off. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but you kept repeating yourself. We heard it.
Okay, Tyreek, that motherfucker repeat himself 20 million times with the same thing, and this girl listened to him all night. All right, America. The same shit, but I say something that I mean. I can. Okay. Just saying.
You done?
Yep.
All right. So, traditionally, what they would do is they'll have these feel-good stories about some child that needed some kind of medication and blah 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 blah, or the steel worker or the coal miner, and they'll have them like stand up at the convention and wave and everything, and they're like stories to pull strings of your heart. But what you're saying is, I don't want to hear them fucking stories no more. You know what I want to hear? I want to hear, this is my plan. These are the steps that we are going to take to implement the plan. Hold on, I'm not finished.
I'm saying do
I'm
it.
not finished.
Excuse me. I was just trying to correct.
And for somebody like Kamala, who's already been in office, you had enough time to, it's a big country. If you have all these grand ideas, because there's more work to do, that's what she keeps saying, there's more work to do. Why can you implement this idea as a in a control group in a city, in a state, and get data results, and then go back and look at those results and see where you need to adjust things in your policy to make it better, or improve on it? That's what you're saying, correct? Am I right? Is that what you're saying?
You are absolutely right, because
Okay.
Can I say this? Not only not only are you right, but what they are asking from the professional American worker. If I'm a degreed person with a fucking specialized degree, and they're asking for data,
right?
They're asking for work experience. They're asking for this video. Look at the strenuous things that you went through for the position you're interviewing for.
Right, right.
Why the fuck is Kamala not feeling the same intensity as what you're feeling for a fucking position that don't pay her as much?
She's rich and she's married to a
Man,
Zionist.
fuck that. Fuck that.
You wanted the answer.
No, that's what we've been brainwashed to accept.
No, I'm not accepting it. I'm just saying, I'm just acknowledging
my
that's
point,
why.
But this is what I'm saying. I know Nahilo will agree. If you're going to hold me to these kind of standards of jumping through these types of hoops, giving you my blood, my sweat, my tears for a position that's paying me beneath my degree qualifications, and you can't answer a fucking question, you can't produce a factual proof of you working with Black men. If you telling me you got a plan for Black men, okay, let me give this motherfucker the benefit of the doubt.
Mhm.
She coming across talking about this is her proposal for Black men. This is what she want to do for Black men, right? This woman telling me this, right?
Mhm.
This motherfucker been what? Attorney General. She's been all kind of shits, all the way up to the Senate in California, correct?
Mhm.
So let me tell you about myself. If you give me a job at something that I love, my work history will show you that I have factually done every fucking thing to get there. I've done real life things to fucking get there. I am consistently and constantly doing things within that fucking realm to show you I'm qualified for this. So what? Listen, let me go with you. So what I'm saying is, if she's talking about doing something for Black men, shouldn't she have a fucking track record of what she's been doing thus fucking far in her current position for Black men? I'm trying to say, if I'm in a position where I want to get a raise, or I want to get,
I understand what you're
I'm
saying.
very
I want
passionate.
to answer you. You asked me a question.
I know, but let me tell you what's happening with me right now. What's happening with me is listen. What's happening with me right now is like a light has like something's been turned on. You know how you said hip hop went from helping to gangster, like with a light switch? What my mind just went through just now is in real time. I am listening to myself and looking at myself, hearing Kamala talk about these proposals to Black men and Black voters. And at the same time I'm hearing her say that, my educated mind and experience is telling me, if that's the fucking case, woman, where is your evidence and track record of you consistently doing the work? because every fucking training, every experience I have in my career field is telling me to link up the shit that I've done, the things that I plan to do, and all these things, and have a trail record, a track record, so that you can't confuse the fuck what I'm doing and saying. That's how I make myself more employable, marketable, and so forth. How the fuck she need all these fucking remedies and strategies to get her to be appealing to black men and black voters if she hadn't already been doing it?
So
you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
Doesn't that make you angry?
I do.
It makes me furious that people gonna get on this like D.L. Hughley, Obama, all these people gonna get on here and say what she has done or what she plans to do, but she hasn't done anything that you can put forward to say this is what she's been doing thus far for Black America.
Yes. So I'm gonna go through some of these chats so you can relax your first of
Cheryl,
all,
it's not just black men.
First,
it's black women as well. It's black people. Sure.
Don't you add me in the chats?
You're not gonna let me in.
You said I was the admin. Don't you take my job?
I'm gonna take a break. I think I need to go take a break.
No, look. Young Morpheus is here. He's new to the group. He's I think this is like his second or third time coming around. And look, he's so adorable. He says, "Now hug it out, ladies."
We're not against each other. We just pissed off at the system. It's not like we're against each other.
I'm just letting you go off on your you before the show. She was like, "I'm gonna change my approach.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be.
And I did
I'm not
try.
gonna be speaking, in defamatory ways anymore. I'm gonna watch my language because one day I want to show my face." And then we go live, and she's like, "Fuck that. Fuck this." I was like, "Whoa, what happened? I thought you said you were gonna."
Because you asked me to be authentic. You asked me to be authentic.
Mother's here.
And that's my authentic self. My authentic self is saying, I'm tired of the BS trying to be shoved down my throat.
Yes.
When I'm an independent, intelligent, educated thinker that do not agree with the fucking Democratic push and bamboozle that they're trying to do. They're trying to act like you can't see what they've done, what they're planning to do, and make an informed decision.
Yeah.
If you don't agree with them, then something fucking wrong with you.
Yeah.
You dumb, or you this or you that, because you don't agree with them using your fucking vote.
Tell Mother hello. She's here.
Hi, Mother.
Oh my
sorry,
God.
I'm sorry. I'm just
Nahilo
angry
says
with that.
when they can't produce a single example of tangible results, they are actually going to achieve. You expose a snake oil salesman. I like this one thing young Morpheus said. Kamala only came up with a plan for us, not us, black men, when she saw her polling. So she saw she was losing the black male vote. So she came up with a plan specifically just for them. So that lets you know she does not give a goddamn about the black community. You only came up with it after you lost the vote. You didn't come up with anything for black women.
Abby, let's be real. Let's be real. It ain't no fucking way Kamala, the one that's been projected on any of these news interviews, is the motherfucker that sat back and said, you know what? I think I need a black agenda for men. That girl doing what the fuck they say.
What they
tell
told her
this
to
girl,
do.
go sell some poodle noodles to some fucking poodle doodles. And she gonna go, they will tell, I'm saying, she's going to do whatever the Democratic Party tell her to do.
Right.
She's not independently thinking at all. And the fucking shit that I was mad about Dr. West being an independent thinker or standing in his own convictions, even though I disagreed with whatever the fuck I disagreed with him with, at least he had the conviction to stand in his shit for what he thought he believed in and represent what his beliefs were. What you think this woman believe in? What she believe in? Herself.
Climbing the ladder.
That girl don't have no authentic beliefs of nothing. She will listen to whatever the fucking Democratic Party tell her to say. That's why I say doodle poodle noodle oodle. I'm gonna excuse me. I'm gonna talk.
Well, you
like,
keep doing that.
I'm gonna talk.
Imagine if I went to. Okay, I have a interview tomorrow. Imagine if I went to that interview tomorrow and pulled a fucking word salad the way Kamala speaks. What if I would have just? They asked me a question about my experience, and I'm like,
Well, my grandmother worked.
I grew up middle class.
Yeah, come on, man.
And my experience is experiencing all that the world has to offer. And through those experiences,
oh my God.
If I just keep using the word experience in multiple different tenses.
You read that? I love the fuck. I love
She's
that.
a mannequin
Yeah,
made out of
made
peanut
out of
butter.
peanut butter.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that ain't real. Peanut butter look like Indian peanut butter.
Oh my gosh. Imagine if I went to that interview. Pad Thai.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Rondo, are you coming? Look, no pressure. No pressure.
It's poodle doodle.
No pressure.
Look, man,
From your
Jackie, I'm trying to
baby.
say they can make up whatever they want to make up and get Kamala to believe that, like she's seriously harping on things that Black people could give a fuck about. Do you think Black people care if Trump is a fascist? Is that what's?
I hope they do.
No, I'm talking about in their everyday lives. Is that the topping? Is that the pressing thing about the election? Because Trump's a fascist.
Can I give you a?
You think in barbershops they talking about Trump being a fascist?
Can I give you an example? But before I do that, I want to read this. Jacqueline says, "Is poodle oodle pooty hooty another word for thingamajig?" No,
right.
it's a what? No,
That's right.
no, it's a whatchamacallit. I'm
But
just
it's
playing.
a
It's both of
thingamajig.
them. It's both of them.
Thingamajig
It's a
and
whatchamacallit and a
are
thingamajig.
interchangeable.
So this is my story, okay? I had bought this house when I was living in North Carolina. I bought they were like clearing out these houses from this neighborhood, and you could buy they were kind of almost giving away the houses. So I bought a lot, bought the house. The house needed a lot of work. I had to take out a construction loan. I moved the house to my lot and then started working on the house. Okay, well, I was working from home, but I lived in another city. So the only place close enough to my house was the Waffle House. So I would sit at the Waffle House just in case the person working on my house needed anything from me, like an inspector was coming by, or they needed me to go grab some supplies. I need to go inspect and make sure they were showing up on time, all kind of stuff. So I was working at the Waffle House, and I got to know these two ladies. And this is around the time the Iraq, we were like really going at it with Iraq. And I've been, into foreign policy a long time. That was like 2008, I think, 2007, 2008. And so I would talk to the ladies, and I was like, oh my gosh, what's going on in Iraq? And those girls said, Iraq? Girl, I ain't worried about that. I'm trying to figure out how I pay my fucking light bill. And it hit me. I was like, oh my God, I'm not thinking, and I'm thinking that everybody thinks like me, but there are people who don't give a shit about what I'm thinking about because they have more pressing things. That's like when a light bulb went off in my head that I'm grew up a little more privileged than I realized I grew up. And I should probably pay more attention because I sound offensive.
Let me tell you something. That's one of the things that we are both Black Americans, correct? We have different family backgrounds and experiences, correct? That's one of the significant differences between my family and your family. In an honest way. I'm being honest about that. My family has experienced things that you probably, because of your experiences, wouldn't even know was real.
Yeah, I grew up pretty middle class. Yeah.
Yeah, very sheltered.
Very sheltered. Yeah.
Mhm. And I'm like, I grew up in the rawest, realest environment that a kid could imagine. You know what I'm saying? And so shit that I've seen, that's why when I listen to students with stories, that shit be hitting me like, damn, what? Device not connected.
Look who it is.
Rondo.
I didn't mean to cut you off. Keep finishing because he has to like connect. Rondo's in the house, y'all.
That's what I'm talking about.
We have to wait for him to connect, but we'll be continuing this conversation with
Sean said,
our
I
good
grew
friend
up
Rondo.
On the line of lower and middle. Sean, I grew up at that line of below and lower. You feel what I'm saying? Like the shit that I seen, dude, people did just to survive. And it's some hardcore shit.
And I could technically kind of say I grew up right on the line of lower and middle just because I had.
I don't think you.
No. Let me tell you why. But I can't really say it because my grandmother's house was in Eden Park. So it was a lot of stuff going on there, a lot of drug dealing, a lot of crime,
if you had
stuff like that.
protection
But I had
within those
protection.
parameters.
Not only did I have protection from my family, I had protection from the people in the neighborhood.
That's what I'm saying.
Like the people in
It's
the
different.
neighborhood, like they would see kids who seemed like they were going places, and they would protect us. And like if something was going down, they're like, it's time for you to go home now. They would like rush us home. Get out of here. This ain't for you. So yeah.
But let me tell you what happened.
It's
for me, growing up, I'm older than you.
Really quickly.
But hold up,
We have a
I'm
new person
older
in
than
the
you
chat.
are, right?
1
And
year,
so-
I think.
Excuse me?
1 year. I want to acknowledge this new person in the chat before you start. You see him? Look, they might be a troll. Or they may not be. I don't know. If you want to vote for Trump, that's on you. Ain't nobody here trying to tell you who to vote for.
You got your own right.
You got your own right
I
to
don't
vote for who
know.
you want to vote for. I'm
Let
not
me tell you
voting for him, but
No.
hey, you vote for him.
Wait a minute. You know how
I'm happy for you.
You know how they quick to interject what the
But
ancestors.
stick around and listen. Go ahead.
I'm trying to say what they're so quick to interject what the ancestors would think about us being able to vote and using our vote, correct?
Mm-hmm.
But would they say the ancestors want you to only vote for Democrats? Is that what they're trying to say? What if this person?
No, that's not true. Because
Excuse me. What I'm trying to say is, whenever people start interjecting things like, "What would the ancestors say about you and your vote and another," and pressuring you, it's like they're steering you into a certain direction. They're not giving you the autonomy to be able to vote for who you want to vote for. If I'm going to vote, that's the purpose of the whole ancestors in that fight, right? So why you gotta make me feel guilty because I'm not voting for who you want me to vote for?
Well, may I just have a little correction, because the ancestors wouldn't have said to vote Democrat, because before the
It was
Republicans was the party of the black people,
and that even further
and it switched.
That even further exemplifies my point. That's what I'm trying to say.
The Democrats ran the Republic. They had a lot of black Republicans in the House of Representatives at one time, and the Democrats like burned down their towns and ran them out of town and stuff like that. So the party switched. I can't remember. We should do a deep dive on that. But the party switched.
We could do that.
But it doesn't matter. Both parties support white supremacy. It doesn't matter.
My point is this, though. I'm saying what matters about it to me is the fact that black people will try to make you feel guilty because you're not voting along party lines, or you're not voting for the majority of the Democratic push. It's like if you say something like Trump 2024 and you are an informed, educated voter, you don't get the same grace to be that informed, independent voter. You being called something else, or this or that. Oh, you're dumb. You a MAGA supporter. You whatever the hell they want to give you a title or a label for. They don't give you the same right to have a different vote because you don't vote according to Democratic lines. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I'm assuming we're not gonna get through any of these videos, right? Because it's a
You can.
it's
Keep
radical
playing.
rants going on.
Radical rants.
That's what Jacqueline coined you, the radical ranter.
That's what she said I am.
Uh-huh.
That's what this show is
Oh,
about.
and then she said, "Keep going."
But
She's not giving you flack
I'm not
about it.
radical.
Let
I'm
me
just,
see if Rondo, if I can
I'm the
unmute.
voice of a black opinion that is not given an opportunity to be expressed.
Yeah.
I'm not radical. There's
Can
a
y'all
lot of
hear
black
me?
people that share the same
Yes, we
opinion that I have.
can.
Peace, peace, peace.
Peace, 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 fam.
Woo, peace, peace. Rondo.
Yeah, I got you on my iPad right now. I've been over here trying
Rondo,
to
what
figure
happened to
out.
your avatar? Because you're in your iPad, maybe.
Yeah. So
If you click those three little dots next to your, like at the top right, you can change your avatar. But it's not that serious.
My G is
We can figure it
on.
out later. Rondo.
I'm so happy that you came so I can explain and apologize. to you.
Stop it. Stop
Personally.
explaining and apologizing. We've done enough
You
of that.
good.
Nah, man.
Understands?
Let me tell you what.
No, we don't want to hear it no more.
Excuse me. Can I say my own opinion? My family, I want my family to know my intentions. And Rondo, you my fam, bro. I
yeah.
promise it was no ill intent.
He knows that. We've said it so many times.
Well, I didn't see it.
Nah, y'all
So I
good.
get to still.
He said we good, so let's move on. Okay, so look, I'm gonna play some more of this video, and then we're gonna let Rondo give his opinion when we stop it.
While y'all
How
do
about
that, I'm
that?
gonna try to figure out this avatar.
Okay,
All right, go ahead.
all right. So here we go. Rondo has a nice voice too. What? He does. All right, here we go.
I appreciate that.
Xavier, again, when he says, "You're lucky Michelle's not here," he does. What is that supposed to mean? I mean, I guess it's supposed to be funny because she'll scold them in a more convincing or scarier fashion. It's kind of treating young black men as children, almost like you're children, and mommy's coming back, and mommy's going to chastise you, and you're going to get punished. But you're supposed to vote against your own economic interests to make Michelle and Barack happy and their 4 mansions?
Mm-hmm.
It's absolutely degrading.
That
And
makes
black
no
men
sense
are sick
whatsoever.
of being reduced to being expected to think with our skin color. We have
Why
seen
are
how
you lying?
terrible the Obama, Biden, Harris trilogy has been for our country. It has completely demoralized our country. And quite frankly, Obama has no credibility because this is the same man who heavily endorsed Joe Biden. And we all can feel in our pockets, and we can see it for sure at our border, just how terrible the Biden-Harris administration has been for our country. And Obama admitted himself back in an interview with Steve Colbert that if he could, he would run our country from an earpiece down in the basement. And it wouldn't surprise me if that's exactly what he's doing.
Now, Xavier, excuse me, Anton,
Just
the
stop it
media
there. That wasn't really
are really pushing
That was just a
Obama
petty dig.
to be the,
We can get
rescue
something else, okay.
agent for Kamala's campaign. Watch this.
This is good.
Barack Obama, with joy and with humor, is able to sort of
Joy
get
and
through
humor.
to an audience
At
that it's
whose
not okay
expense?
to lie. It's not okay to sell the presidency. It's not okay to be a narcissist and to have the reins of the presidency.
Anton, so Kamala's joy campaign isn't really working. So Obama's going to come in, and again, you're supposed to make less money in real terms,
Right.
and be happy with it to
Yeah.
make Obama and like
What the-
MSNBC happy. I don't understand this argument.
They took the same blueprint that got Obama elected, and he was a first for us, right? So our grandparents and our parents and things like that wanted to see this happen, but they were largely voting out of ignorance and voluntary ignorance because they only wanted that.
People ask me all the time, Chris, if you could only tell.
Go ahead, T. Go ahead. T.
All I'm trying to say is what I was talking about originally about being so caught up in fucking ceremonial celebrations where you're not paying attention to the actual content and what is actually happening. if the politician is telling you they're going to make your life better, is that shit actually happening? Is this ceremonial fucking thing that we did for the first black president actually making our lives better as Americans? We didn't pay attention to that. So you mean to tell me we're going to be blinded again?
Take one supplement for the rest of your life. Which one would it be?
American president woman. So we're supposed to give some more of our lives and time to a ceremonial procedure versus some substantial changes to how this country is being ran and affecting us. That's what we're supposed to do?
Yes.
Man,
yes. Okay, let me bring Rondo back on. There he goes with the avatar. You have to unmute yourself. So Rondo, I have some before I get your comments to what was said, I just want to say a few things. Sean says that you got a soulful voice.
That's right.
Okay. Nahilo says Rondo's got a voice for radio.
That's right.
Jacqueline says he does. And I agree. Let me see. Anybody else?
I would say
anybody else all up on his voice like
we
that?
have talented people in our family. That's in our family genes.
Oh man, Barker says he has a face for radio. Let me see that face,
wow.
old man.
Y'all got jokes.
Let me see that face, baby. So I'm gonna lead this in with a comment from Jacqueline about the Joy campaign, and then we'll get what you have to say about it. Jacqueline says, I'm convinced that the Joy campaign is for that stupid movie they're bound to make. So what do you think about what they are saying? Because I kind of alluded to that too, about how in the conventions they have this feel-good story about the little boy who overcame this, and the steel worker and the miner, and I'm like, I don't want to hear these fucking stories anymore. I want you to tell me what is about to happen, what you're about to do, and how we're going to move forward. How is me voting for you going to make my life better?
And I'm gonna go back.
I want a Joy story.
No, I want to go back to saying, Rhonda, what you think about them asking us for jobs, right? If we're trying to get careers started and we're trying to build longevity and, legacies for our families in these career positions, and they're asking us for data and they're asking us for all these damn different elements of proof of what we did to earn this and this and this, why are they not doing the same fuck shit for Kamala?
So this is a two-part question then. The first one is about their 2016 approach to how they're speaking to us and how it's not resonating with us. That's the first question, Rondo. And then the second one is, we're past that. They're still on it. We're past it. So what are they going to do to present, we the people are interviewing them. They're not passing the interview.
That's a wrong question. It's not it's like we act like we have no control in this. We are the ones supposed to be making them act and pander to us. It's like we still chasing these motherfuckers for bullshit they've been selling us for all these years.
She's pandering to black men.
I'm saying, when are we going to start?
We don't want pandering.
No, I'm saying, when are we going to start getting control and start being able to do like unions used to do back in the day and leverage our power?
So we have to narrow these questions so Rondo can answer.
People aren't uncomfortable enough yet.
That's
to actually.
I don't even know why. That's crazy.
I'm right there with you.
Price is not high enough yet.
So let me reiterate. So because I know it was a lot. Because now it's a three-part question. So the first part is that how Obama is bringing back joy that Kamala hasn't been able to instill in her rallies and stuff like that. The hopey, changey feeling that we had that something's going to happen if we vote for this person. So that's the first. Maybe that's just a statement.
Well,
If you want to
full,
speak on that.
full disclosure, I have never voted for Obama.
Oh no!
Really?
I'm a
Man, I wish I
man.
had
I
that
never
fucking
voted for
sticker.
Obama.
I know.
I wish I
Do
had
you
that
mind
sticker
telling us who
around
you voted for? That is awesome, by the way.
Why?
In
That means
2000,
you were smarter than the average bear.
I want
no,
to know why.
you know what it was. What it was. It wasn't even that I was smart. It was just that I was paying attention. And Obama made some moves like 2008 during the whole economic housing crisis and everything. You remember that? What do they call it?
Yeah, but we had to
Occupy
vote for
Wall
him
Street.
first for him to get in there. Yeah, I was there. I was in New York, living in New York City at the time.
Yeah, so
I wanna
that
hear what he
Occupy
said.
Wall
What
Street
he
was
knew.
really what, because he was over here using that as a part of, as a bludgeon in his election also. It's like, vote me in, I'm gonna help save everybody's houses or whatever. What did he end up doing?
5 million,
He ended
bailing
up
out the
taking
banks.
up for those people.
Exactly.
He
I
bailed
saw
out
that when he
the
was
banks.
over here, started having conversations with Goldman Sachs and all those other like financial houses when I was, oh, we gotta figure it out. And they were like, oh, give us money and we'll make sure that it trickles. That's a fucking lie. That's never worked in life in
So
this
wait,
American experiment. That's not how this shit rocks.
you
So
knew this before he got elected that he was doing this?
all I did is what everybody now is doing is just stopping, not paying attention to the distraction, and watching what they do. We need to
But this
stop
is
being, huh?
this is
Sorry,
after
go
he
ahead.
got elected, though.
While
So
he was getting elected, I'm gonna be transparent.
While he
I
was
was a
being
kid.
elected,
I was just getting into politics. I was just
we
learning
have to.
and being appreciative of somebody black in a high authority position.
yeah,
So they
and
took advantage of that.
that's exactly what they were banking on. They were banking on the majority of people, like you know, my peoples, my father was born right after, like, you know, he's a baby boomer and everything. And so him actually growing up during that time, going to segregated schools up until he was a senior, you know what I mean? And they didn't stop segregating schools until like the 80s, right? And so that life experience, wanting to see, like, you know, I wanted my
Right.
pops' generations to have that win and everything. So I was
Right.
like, although I was like, I wasn't convinced by the nigga. I was like, yo, bro, I see you.
Man, that shit's so real, bro.
Because I mean, like
my
not,
mother.
like it's a cliche, but all skin folk ain't kin folk. And
No.
Let me tell you something.
unfortunately,
You would have to have informed access to people who knew that, Rondo. Because where we from, I'm speaking for myself.
yeah,
Where I'm from, it was like 5 people in my fucking community that had access to intelligence and knowledge of what politics was and the real deal. The rest of us were parents trying to impress other people and front on shit and lie about different things, this and that. They didn't have any conscious understanding of what you were exposed to. Because I guarantee you, a person like you are right now, if somebody gave me that, of course I'll be standing on business way back then.
no,
But I was just on my own. You feel what I'm saying?
I completely feel you. Like, and that's why I don't really, like, you know, I don't really fault people for where they're at. You got to meet people where they are.
You gotta meet people where they are.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And like, I, you know, I count my blessings and everything. Alhamdulillah, I had the parents that I had that, like, you know, they didn't want me messing with any foolishness, so they were very like, no, stop messing with them knuckleheads. Come over here, and they were very like strong-armed
Right.
about it and everything. But
That's good shit.
you know, like most black folks, like even with that, there's been a lot of tragedies that have still occurred and everything. So even with that buffer, that barrier and everything, you know, you still can catch it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you totally can.
And you know,
Because that
I
ego
want,
shit is powerful.
huh?
Like that wanting to be the popular dude. Like sometimes
Yeah,
people come from good fucking families, but they want to
yeah.
show out in front of other people and then end up losing their fucking lives and all the potential that they could have to make a significant difference because they want to show out.
Yeah.
My
That's kind of productive.
My
That's
mother
kind of
was
productive. Like I was raised to kind of give you an idea of how I was able to see Obama for what he was. I was raised watching the McLaughlin Group on Sundays during breakfast. We didn't watch cartoons. No, we're watching we're watching what these white folks are saying so that we know what the fuck is going on.
Rondo, I had to watch C-SPAN with my father.
Yeah,
that's what made me and Abby do
that.
different.
You have to keep yourself abreast of what's going on because they are not going to tell you.
My father was a black Republican.
What you say right now?
I said you got to keep yourself. You got to keep yourself abreast to what's going on because they are not going to tell you. A slave master is not going to give the information to the slave to
free themselves.
Yes. Let me tell you something.
Can I?
That statement alone.
I've been wanting to say this.
I know, but that statement alone, we need to put that on a T-shirt. We need to put that on a bullhorn. That statement alone is profound to the Black community. It is, but people ignore it and treat it like it's just another blah 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 cliche. That shit is powerful. Go ahead.
Thank you. My mom desegregated the magnet school in this city. She was the first year that they desegregated. She went to the school, and she has stories of how they used to kick her in the butt. They used to glue mirrors to their shoes to look up their skirts going up the stairs. They used to corner them close to the bathroom. Just all kind of stuff. Just all kind of degrading, horrible stuff. And I mean, they tell us to forget, but people getting hung today. Young Morpheus says in his state, I'd like to know what state that is. Desegregation ended in 1997. God damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
I can believe it.
That must be Mississippi. Mississippi actually had slavery still on their books until I can't remember what year it was, but it was in the 21st, I think it was in the 21st century, or maybe the end of the 20th century. They still had desegregation. I mean, not desegregation. Slavery was still legal, technically.
Slavery is still technically legal now.
Well,
get locked up.
Well, I mean, not 14th Amendment slavery. I'm talking, not 13th Amendment slavery. I'm talking chattel slavery.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, the questions. We got to get through these questions. I want to hear your opinion.
My mom came from the mentality of white is right. She was in 59. That's when segregation and shit was just getting kicked off and started and stuff. And my mom grew up believing that the best of life was the white way. She didn't believe that Black people had the ability to have a quality life or the stuff that Abby Do parents instilled in her, and Rondo sounds like your parents exposed you to. My mom was. I'm comparing this. My mama would have been a fan of Sexy Red. Would have been a fan of. I'm being real. My mom would have been in the mentality of the hip hop era and getting caught up in what was that fake life shit.
I have a question. Did
your mother? When she was 14.
Yeah,
did your mother Did your mother like watching blaxploitation films?
Yes, that's all she watched.
Yeah.
If I would put on anything of substance, if I would have put on anything and I'm not saying what I was accustomed to was right, because what I'm telling you, and I admit to you that my mom thought white was right. Yeah. I watched movies where the superhero in the movie was a white person. Yeah. The damsel in distress was a white person. Yeah. It was all catered toward the white way of life as being the great way of life. It wasn't a Black princess. It wasn't a Black superhero.
And I don't necessarily get mad at the older generation for having that mentality. You can't get mad at a fish for not understanding the ocean that it's swimming in. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, you
That's
know,
what
I
post-traumatic slave syndrome
that
is about.
yeah.
But now we're in the 21st century, so if we're still doing that, then it's a problem.
Oh yeah, nah, like
Jack-
with me, with my generation, I believe like that shit is done. Like, I'm sorry. Like
Yeah,
you
I'm
you
not gonna let
you
you
already
gaslight
beat
me.
down on, huh?
I'm not gonna let you gaslight me. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
let you. none
yeah,
of that
nah.
shit is about to happen.
Right.
No.
I questioned it. I fought it, but it was always in our face. It wasn't until stuff like the Cosby Show and Different World started projecting. Like nowadays, we talked about this a little early in our show today. What do kids younger than us, like younger kids, have to look at Black excellence? Like what is projecting Black excellence? College, Dreams of Family. What shows are prevalent in our media or our TV or so anything that is projecting great positive Black life? Nothing. When we
Yeah.
grew up, we had things to identify with. Now what these kids got to identify with?
So Golden Monarch is here, and I just
My
wanted
hands
to.
are up. I have no
I just
idea.
wanted to. Oh, I just wanted to
I didn't hear what
reiterate.
he said. What?
He said to answer that, I have no idea. And I was just saying, Golden Monarch is here, and since he's here, I just wanted to remind people to check out his Substack.
Hey, Rondo.
What's up?
So next week, it's gonna take me this weekend to get back in the swing of things for Black Life because Abby has been doing a lot and keeping us afloat. But this show is intended for me to have an outlet so I can express and question and fill my mind with Black knowledge and intellect and shit like that, right?
No doubt.
I would like us to look. If you wouldn't mind being a reoccurring guest on this show, I would love it. But next week, this is what I'm gonna look at, and I would love, even if you can't be a guest like you are tonight, what I would like to do is look at what are some positive images being pushed in our media, television, and shit like that.
I got one.
For what?
D1.
Aside from D1, I'm hoping D1 does not get manipulated because ego is a motherfucker. Ego is a motherfucker. You didn't have Tupac was a great advocate for us, but even his ego got compromised to a certain extent. Would you agree or disagree, Rondo?
Are we gonna finish getting through these videos or no?
I'm just asking Rondo a
No,
question.
say it again. The
Would
last
you
part.
agree or disagree that even Tupac's ego got compromised to a certain extent?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like that's what actually got him killed.
Exactly.
He had too many things going. Like Pac was an interesting brother. Being
Exactly.
being a Panther Cub and everything.
Multi-layered.
Those people were after him when he was in the womb. Like
That's right.
like they were gunning for him when he was a little boy. And I feel that he knew that from back then when Kamala Harris was listening to him when he was a teenager.
Exactly.
I'm
Check this out. What I love is the fact that they turned him into a course in certain colleges.
I love his poetry book too, The Rose.
Hey man, if you want to take that road down, like how Mastermind has 10 Rabbit, if you want to take that Tupac Rabbit,
you gotta ask Bad Rabbit. Suggest it to him.
I want to be able to explore us. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe
Rondo?
he'll have you on the show.
No.
Who?
Bad Rabbit.
No, I want Rondo to come on my show and Rondo and I show and explore that.
I don't Rondo
on
up to
this show.
myself.
Explore that black rabbit
Okay.
exploration. You feel what I'm saying? From our perspective.
Okay. Young Morpheus says that his 97-year-old grandma only trusts white doctors. I could see that.
That's true.
Yeah, I could see that.
That's what I'm talking about.
I only be wanting black doctors. I ain't gonna lie.
No, this is what my mom used to do.
I'll take other doctors. I'll take an Asian doctor. I'll take a white doctor. I'll take an Indian doctor. But when I'm looking for doctors, I'm gonna look for a black doctor.
Me too. But at the same time, I'm saying that to you. Can I give you an experience that was traumatic with a black doctor?
Of course you will.
Huh?
No.
You said, of course I would. No, I'm saying like I did exactly what you said, because people talk about you being able to identify with what looks like you and who you are and so forth, right?
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing's wrong with that. And that's exactly what I wanted to do to deal with some important health issues. But when I chose my doctor and I were talking about a surgical procedure for me, right? We were up to the date of planning the surgical procedure. The very next day we had the discussion, I went in to set the dates and get everything all lined up. My doctor was mysteriously removed from the hospital with no direction as to what happened, what's going on with my health, blah, blah, blah with this doctor. It was like this person was a witness in what they usually do when they have government witnesses and they put them in what?
A hotel. Secret protection.
Witness protection.
Witness protection.
Witness protection.
It seems like my fucking doctor was removed for some mysterious way and put in witness protection. I asked questions, they were like, well, we're not allowed to say. And I'm saying, what the fuck? I'm looking for a black doctor so I can feel comfortable about my health care. You remove them mysteriously, but you don't give me any.
Stop doing that every time I do this. It's not my fault.
I'm just saying it was very concerning. And I'm saying just because you look for a black doctor or physician or whatever, or lawyer or anything, that doesn't mean that you should feel safe. You should still do your due diligence and find out about that person. I'm saying if you just like a young person so gung-ho on staying black and being black, you still have to do due diligence on your own stuff.
Like we actually need to go ahead and really define what that actually means, what it means to be black. Like that's the part that is very to kind of go back to Obama, right? That's the part
He's not black.
She's not
black. I mean, and Obama ain't black either.
No, Obama ain't black either. But Obama, so okay, I didn't even understand about this whole dynamic within the Caribbean culture and all this, that, and the third. But when I first got out of high school, went to college and everything, I was very much a stay by myself type of dude, right? Mm-hmm. And then I was adopted by the by the African American Caribbean Club. They adopted me. Similar to how you adopted Mikael. But anyway, so I was adopted, but within that, me just being like, a born a poor black child and everything, not really, I've developed to this point of perspective through my own explorations and everything. But I was, like I was said before, I was always one to pay attention. And so I come to find out through the ignorant debates that we would have in college, light skin versus dark skin, and oh yeah, it's like we the best of this. And I always felt like I was kind of like the dude in the middle because I'm Crayola brown. Like I'm not light skin, I'm not dark skin, I'm brown. So, but that whole colorism dynamic is like a real serious thing.
It's wild,
And,
yes.
I mean, even in what does Tariq Nasheed call us?
Foundational Black American. So
Yeah.
I want to ask, once you finish your statement, this comment
Yeah.
that's up here, I'm going to read it. Hi, Christopher. I'm glad to see you here. We're going to address your comment because I want to hear what Wando has to say about it, and I have some thoughts too. But keep going. Foundational Black Americans is where you left off.
Yeah, so I found out about this whole concept, and I'm going to use this word, but I found out later that it's actually it's seen as it's like nigger essentially.
Foundational
But
Black
the word-
Americans?
Huh?
FBA?
No, not for FBAs. In Jamaica, right? Jamaica, we have to remember that Jamaica is a Commonwealth nation, meaning that it was a holding of the British Empire, meaning that it wasn't just Negroes on that island.
Right,
Meaning
right.
that all
It was-
other Commonwealth nations, South Africa, India, the stands when they were held by Britain, what do they call it now? The Israeli experiment, all of that, they're all colonial holdings. So within that, people move to and fro, back and forth, all that, this, that, and the third. Gandhi being in South Africa doesn't make him African. He was Indian. He was an Indian man who was in South Africa, and from stories that I heard, that he was a
quite racist.
disgusting individual.
Yeah.
But that's a sidebar.
That's a
Anyways, Kamala, like, I've seen Dr. Harris and everything, right? And yeah, he could pass, but he's never described himself as a black man in the way that, like, a black Jamaican would. Just like, he doesn't have that same air. And so when Kamala went on to the Breakfast Club and was talking about, oh yeah, I was smoking weed when I was at Howard and this, that, and the third, why he took such offense to that? Because
her father took offense.
yeah, her father took offense to that shit.
Yeah.
Like, because that was not, he was not of, like, that the black culture of Jamaica. That's not him.
So
he was of the
Rhonda,
upper class.
Yeah, upper class. He had like white lineage in his like colonizer lineage.
Okay, Jay.
Like they like the way that they would describe it in the Caribbean club is like, oh yeah, they would, if I was to say it how they would say it, was like, oh yeah, she's a rich girl. You know, she's a bougie girl. She's somebody who thinks that her shit don't stink.
Right.
Yeah, she's from a certain class.
she utilizes the amount of melanin that she has in her skin to pull a fast one on Negroes who she thinks are ignorant. Who got, like, Mindy.
What I was trying to ask Rhonda is, Rhonda, you see what you're saying and what Abdu is saying. Both of you guys are making valid points that are easily able. Anybody with a curiosity is able to look up and find out.
Yeah.
People know for certain that this woman is not authentically black, yet they are trying to, in mainstream media, make it a focal point of her being black. And
man, Rachel Dolezal is more black than her.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Thank you.
Come with it.
Thank you.
So why is Charlamagne the God?
I'm glad you said it.
And Angela Rye stressing about this bullshit?
Because they get paid
because
handsomely.
they stand.
They're millionaires.
So what the rest of the regular people act like us?
The regular people aren't going to be on that show.
I'm talking about the regular people who got the
They're going to be on
capability
Pope Don't
on their
shows like
cell
ours.
phone to look up if this shit is real or not. They can look up if Kamala is shit about a grandmother and that fucking slave woman or a servant woman that she passed up as a grandmother. They can look that shit up themselves and see if it's real or not, but they don't.
So why? You already know why.
No, I don't. I don't know why people choose to be blind when they don't have to be.
Because they get paid to do that. Like
Regular
the only
people.
place you're going to see that is
regular people.
Regular people
who have the capacity to look up information for themselves. Why are they choosing not to do it?
Okay, T. You were on the train until you came across me and was listening to me ranting and stuff. And you said I opened your eyes.
Okay.
So
by one aspect.
Hold on. So technically you were a regular person. They either don't have someone around them that is willing to put themselves out there because they're going to get scrutiny from that person.
Mm-hmm.
Because they vilify you for not being in the duopoly. Or you don't have people like that around you, and you don't have access, or you don't know that there's independent media out there that you can access to learn the information. There's a lot of reasons why people are still in the matrix. There's a lot of reasons.
My
Okay,
point
I'm
is
sorry.
this.
but
I'm
I wanted
chuckling at
to.
Sean's comment.
Oh wait, what? What was the
I was
comment?
just chuckling at Sean's comment. I wasn't chuckling at what you were saying.
What was the comment?
It was
Stop
something
it.
about Rachel Dolezal.
Oh.
Why you gotta bring
Yes,
up?
That was a real
Look,
good one.
she did more for black folk than some black folk, so I ain't mad at her shit. Girl, you want to be black?
That girl
Go on,
wanted
man.
to be black.
Yeah.
Wanted to be black and was doing shit.
I think a lot of it had to do with
See, but
when her
Rachel
parents
Dolezal,
adopted those African kids. She really took a loving to those kids because she was a child when those kids came into her house. So I think she really took a true loving towards them, which made her curious. She wouldn't like them
It's
white
more
people who
authentic
adopt
than
black
Kamala.
kids and then they use them like those puppies that they wear in the purse. Look what I got. Not everybody does that, so don't take it that way. But I wanted to go back to this comment, Rondo. I never got your answers about the joy in the resume because we just keep ranting. But let's talk about this. Okay. Christopher, he is a fellow comrade that I've met out in the ether in podcasts about. He does not like us to call ourselves Black or foundational Black Americans, as you can see, because he is of the opinion, which is a true opinion, that there were a lot of African people in the Americas, American Indians, before Christopher Columbus ever.
I agree.
Yeah,
What was thought of, right? And, which is true because in New Orleans they have powwows in New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot
And
of
if they
people,
lie to you about
don't know
one
that.
thing-
They think the powwows are just in Minnesota and you know.
And if one part of the
Those
history
reservation states.
was a lie, what makes us think that everything else is authentic?
Yeah. So let me just read this. It says, I'm glad that Kamala, I can't see.
And the rest
of the politicians are playing Black people because if you believe you are Black in spite of genealogical proof that you are American Indian, so be it. Black equals illegal. So I think that part about Black equals illegal, I think some of that has to do with the fact that like they say we can't get our I need to look up the details. Maybe Christopher can expound if he would like. But one of the big reasons why we're not getting reparations is we don't have a declared nationality.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They just call us whatever the fuck they want to call us.
They called us stuff. We didn't have the strength to call ourselves something.
For these
and stick with it. Yeah. It's like we allow other people to fucking tell us who we are. You know what I mean?
To be fair,
You always gotta give fairness. I want some nuts. I want somebody to stand up for us and don't have no kind of bend.
To be fair, at the time we were having all these name changes, we were under attack. And so there were more pressing things to deal with, like maybe not try to walk home and find yourself hung from a tree.
And there were also a lot of us.
Maybe not have your somebody get claim, some white woman claim that they got whistled at, and then they come in and massacre your whole town.
Somebody to be able to do that to us. That's the part that makes me mad. I understand what you're saying, and I agree. But just the fact that somebody can say because I whistle, I gotta die. Man, fuck you.
Okay, but you live in a different you live in a different time.
I know I do.
Okay, so don't be so biggity about it.
No, my mind is trying to tell me that I don't give a fuck what era I was in.
Really rude to your ancestors.
Listen, there you go.
To be that biggity about it.
Let me tell you, I could have been my ancestor. I could have been the same. You don't know how this world works, where we can come back into, reincarnate and shit like that.
I just feel
I know
like
one thing:
you
the
doing
mentality and the way and the mind frame that I have, it don't have to be subjected to just this time.
But T, you're not even showing your face on your show, so don't tell me what you wouldn't do.
I mean, she's showing half her face.
Why?
Because I'm just saying you
But
being.
why am I not doing that?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You being real biggity about what they shoulda and coulda and shoulda did. These people were under attack. Under attack. My father watched his grandfather get hung. A cross burned in his yard. You think my dad was supposed to be brave enough to be like, fuck that? What? And it's a mob of white people? No, that's not how that works. What are you doing? Oh. Where you going? Oh, you don't like what I said. You want to go now? Okay. Go ahead. She want to take a break. She don't like what I said.
I don't like the fact that I'm any lifetime that I was supposed to be able to, I can't stand people. That's what I
She says she can't stand people.
And don't nobody tell me I'm gonna be able to take it.
She don't like what I said, but I was speaking the facts. Like you can't be all gung-ho about what they should have done. Hell, when we did stick up for ourselves via the Black Panthers, they changed the laws so Black people couldn't have guns. Like, they always move the goalposts. So yeah.
With
anyway.
that, like, what Black Lives' feelings are valid though, because I definitely could like looking back at your childhood and looking at the things that you had to experience and everything, and it's like coming from that perspective, it's like, yo, when I didn't have any what's the word? Authority.
Or fortitude, maybe. Maybe fortitude.
But at the same time, like, you can't really say what you would do in a situation if you weren't in that situation, you know. So I could see it from both sides.
Right? She trying to say like she was gonna go full Harriet Tubman. Girl, you ain't even showing your face on your podcast.
I mean, Harriet Tubman
for self-preservation.
You know. But that was the thing too with Mama Harriet, right? She was one to jump out there and whatnot, but she understood what time it was. She understood that if she needed to. Okay, the story that I heard, that Harriet Tubman always had that thing on her, right? And that she told people that were in her that she was, what's the word that they use? Conducting on the Underground Railroad. She said that she would, if you get cold feet, you are a liability. This is real fucking life out here. And people have this romantic notion of what. No, it's like this country was established with drug and human trafficking. These are the scourges of the earth. And we need to actually understand that.
And resource theft.
Yeah. Like, so it's I can't say what I would do back then because I wasn't alive back then.
Right, exactly.
I know
I
the
can't
type of
say if I
atti-
would have been a
No, I was
Harriet
just gonna say
Tubman.
that I know that the attitude that I have right now, I would probably be one of those guys hanging up on a tree, right? But that's real life. I understand that, you know. And I got a kid and whatnot. So it's like we really have to look at all the things that people are dealing with, just like on in the grander scale and on the micro scale, like what they're dealing,
You could be tough and you could be killed, and now your child is fatherless, or you could
exactly.
be sold off and still your child is fatherless.
It's so many different dynamics that it's real difficult to say, like, well, what should have happened, what should have happened back then. What happened is what happened. All that we have right now is the perpetual now. We could do
Yeah.
something now to affect the later, but all that stuff in the past is what's in the past. We have
Now,
to
see that
use
part we
that.
got to figure out.
Yeah, we had to go and part, but we do have to go and parse through it to actually get correct knowledge so that we know how to move. Because
Well,
the
I'm glad you
issue
just.
is, I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I'm glad you just said that, because Nahilo said some people say stop living in the past when you bring up the past. And it's not that you're living in the past, it's that you are trying to make sure people are educated in the past so they
Yeah.
understand why the present looks the way it does. So don't tell me that I don't deserve reparations as a descendant of enslaved people. Like you tell us never forget the Holocaust, never forget 9/11, but when it comes to in chattel slavery, then we're supposed to. That's in the past. We need to
And
move
that
forward.
that's a labor
You're
issue.
being
That's
divisive.
a bill that needs to be that's a bill that needs to be paid.
Yeah, that's a bill in it. You know what? I'll forget it. I sure would. Pay me my money, and then I'll forget. But I wanted to say, somebody said, oh, I wanted to go back to this, Rondo. You coming back?
I was going to see you wrapping it up because.
Let me turn my camera on. So Sean says, if the lineage shows that, then yes. But the idea of equals illegal, kind of not cool, but it's not my fight. I'm just here to support. So I actually thought Sean was black, so maybe he's Latin.
What's that time?
And then also when he was saying illegal, he means legal. Well, I don't want to speak for him, for Christopher.
That's right.
Christopher, if you're still here, you could chime in. But my paraphrasing, what I thought he was saying was that legally, because we aren't considered a nationality, we don't have a firm ground to stand on to demand certain things. What do you think about that, Rondo? What my interpretation and are you there?
Hold on, say that last part again. You were
Okay.
broke up a little bit.
Okay, so let me go back to it. So, in fact, I'm just going to start from the jump. Okay. So, so what he's saying is, black people, in spite of genealogical proof. Oh, I gotta put my camera back on. That you are American Indian, that we are American Indian. Black equals illegal. So that was like his ending to that. And then Sean says, what does Sean say? Gotta find it. It moves so fast. It's doggone. That's not it. Thank you, though. I can't find it now. There it is. Thank you. Thank you, Black Life. So if the lineage shows that, then yes, and it will. But the idea of equals illegal kind of not cool, but that's not my fight. I'm just there to support. So I think he might be thinking of illegal in terms of like, you know how they call immigrants illegal. Like I don't like that term illegal.
Illegal
because,
aliens.
Yeah, I don't like that term. Undocumented. I like undocumented better because to call somebody illegal just for existing, I don't know. That just seems dehumanizing on purpose.
Why would we accept any title or something like that from America who stole the land from the indigenous people anyways? Like why would we give a fuck if they call us illegal anyway? They are.
Let me finish my statement.
I'm just saying.
So when he was saying illegal, Sean, what I perceive him as saying is not that we're illegal, like he's trying to dehumanize us. I was assuming that he was saying because we don't have a legal nationality status in this country, that makes it harder for us to get that makes it easier for benign neglect to be implemented. You know, benign neglect, Rondo?
Mm-hmm.
Where they decided, okay, we just not gonna do nothing for black people. Like across the board, you have
Joe
like
Biden's business plan.
That black leaders have been allowing them to do that.
And the Black Caucus is like, okay.
Yeah, the black leaders who we've been looking up to, admiring, and fucking creating like they superstars. They've been allowing this fuck shit to happen to us for fucking over 20 years.
But
I'm damn near 50. That shit been happening for damn near 50 years.
But when he says illegal, that was the way I interpreted it. Or you guys interpreted it the same way, or you have a different interpretation of what he meant when he said black equals illegal?
Well, I would need to know more of the perspective that he's coming from, because like I have seen many groups online of Native Americans who would be characterized as black folks, but they're Native Americans, you know, and
my maternal
most black folks have some level of quote unquote native blood in them, right? At least that's what the story is. I mean, on both sides of my family, I've been told, well, maternal side, Cree, and then on my paternal side would be Nanacoke. So that's not really a stretch for me, that black folks could be indigenous to the Americas before America became America, as it were. I mean, it would go right along with, like, you know, how popular culture is, you know.
Yeah, my maternal side
look at
is
look at rock and roll. You know, who was the one that was creating and who was the one that was following? You know what I mean? There's a book written by a professor, Ivor Van Sertima, that came before Columbus, and this is actually where I learned about this.
Oh yeah, I know that book.
But in 1310, 1311, almost 200 years before Columbus sailed the ocean blue, Abu Bakr II, an African Muslim, had about a wanderlust and heard about a new world over there. And he, commissioned an explorational voyage to go over there. And 100 ships, or however many ships that he sent over there, all of them like disappeared over the horizon, and one came back because it got caught up in the current or whatever. Came back, told Abu Bakr II, he was like, man, fuck that. I'm about to go out there and see it myself. I'm about to go see what's over there, because man, I ain't getting no fucking word up. Like, hey, Mansa, Musa.
Oh, Mansa Musa.
Musa, come here. Hey, yo, I need you to hold this bag for me real quick, right? I gotta go over here and handle some shit real quick, cause like they tell me, woo woo, so I'm about to go ahead and make some moves. Can you hold it? Can you hold it down for me? Can you hold it down for me? He rolled out, was never heard of or seen from again. Then Mansa Musa became the richest man on the planet.
Right.
But if you go to Brazil today, Brazil has the highest number of people that have Mandinka blood in them. Mandinka is one of the nations of people that made up the Malian Empire. The Sahel region, the region now that Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger are over here saying, we know what y'all did. We see how y'all rock.
Mm-hmm.
We're done with y'all. You know what
Finally,
I mean?
finally. I think
But,
thanks to Niger.
Yeah.
Niger was the
But
first one that kicked it off, and then it just started like dominoing after that, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
they hide these things in books. Like that shit is true. They hide all the stuff in books. It's not that they don't know who we are. They know who we are. We don't know who we are.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I believe that the Noble Sheikh, Malik Shabazz, was asking us rhetorically to get us to think, who were you before 1492?
Mm-hmm.
You might have been American. You might have been in Brazil chilling out.
All those Olmec heads that they found
Yeah.
in Mexico.
All these anomalies that they keep putting up on Ancient Aliens, saying that the damn pyramids of Giza were built by aliens. Get the fuck out of here. I'm sorry. You gonna remove black folks' agency that much because you hate it that much that somebody might be better at something than you? And the thing is that black folks aren't even impressed like that. I'm not even tripping off of that shit. So why are you tripping? I'm just trying to live my fucking life.
I think it was like the first notice of having a running water was in America, in Peru, I think.
Yeah, but there's a lot of history that has been hidden and that is sequestered into like different organizations, and like, you know, if you become a part of those organizations, then you can go ahead and rise up to be an Obama yourself. But to do that, you gotta give them something.
You know how much I hate that?
Yeah. And I'm not
That's
willing
what
to
I'm
do
talking
that.
about, though. It's like I was very impressed by you not falling for that shit in the beginning. I wish I was like that for real, dude.
Yeah.
Like when
Oh,
Obama
yeah,
first
I
came on the
forgot to
scene,
answer
I
your
was caught up
question.
in all the bullshit.
I forgot to answer your question. In 2008, I voted for Gary Johnson, and in 2012, I voted for Jill Stein.
Oh, interesting.
What? So you was like me, just ahead of time.
Yeah.
Because once I figured it out, it was over. It was not like I would support that motherfucker ever again.
Yeah. I mean, I was going to school for advertising design and shit, so I was learning how to do advertising to convince people to buy shit that they don't need. It's not, but I describe it. It is a form of sorcery because you're influencing people, and they don't know that they're being influenced, and that's essentially what happens. People get mesmerized.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
So what you think about this P. Diddy stuff on real? I know it's like people trying to
You trying to start it?
I want to know if Rondo's going to come back on next week so we can tackle some more stuff. Because Rondo, as much as people trying to make fun and minimize this P. Diddy shit, shit is big.
No, this P. Diddy shit is way bigger than people are actually giving. Like, you know, people heard about the 1,000 bottles of baby oil. They start like, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. When I first heard that shit, I was like, "What you need all that baby oil for, nigga?"
You know exactly what.
Like,
you know what I'm saying? There wasn't no question about what. It was a question about goddamn nigga. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
it's like it's a little excessive. This escalated quickly. Like, goodness gracious.
Not if you knew his reach of people who was involved in it.
Yeah, but that
was a perfect number. And as a matter of fact, there was a minimal number of the amount of people who he had involved in the shit. Not just him, who was involved in it, period. Because it didn't start with P. Diddy.
No, this has been going on,
And that's why it's bigger.
For decades. Like Pete, like that one house that they raided in California. They said that joint was like down the block from the Playboy Mansion.
Exactly, and had tunnels.
Yeah.
So
the Playboy,
so this
the
what I'm
Playboy
asking, my man. Let's dive into this for real, because this shit is touching more than just entertainment and rap.
Mm-hmm.
And I definitely, every time they have some real shit, because they got a lot of BS trying to throw us off track. And you know, I don't give a shit if it's Jaguar or fucking Orlando. They trying to throw us off track with what is actually happening, because people are actually resigning from key positions. People are actually being sued under the radar. Like, things are really happening that people trying to just fuck it off with just baby oil jokes.
I'd like to I mean, I guess we could talk about that next week, but I mean, because there's a lot going on that
especially if more comes out.
He basically works for the Mossad and all
people don't know
that.
what that is.
That's crazy enough as it is. But I would like Christopher. Let me put up his comment in a second. But I wanted to go to Mark has some breaking news about crypto, which we just talked about. So I just wanted to. I'm sure he'll be coming out with an article soon. So I put his Substack up there. But here's the information if you guys want to go take a look. But Christopher, I would love for you to come on with Rondo, no less.
On what, here or?
Yeah, Black Life. That's the topic.
What's the topic?
For Christopher? Yes, he focuses on educating. I can't say Black people. He says American Indians that happen to be called Black, that they were originally here. Like, all of us didn't come over in ships.
Okay.
Which makes economic sense for the slave trade. You're gonna capture the people that are already here.
Some of us came over on our own ships.
Right. So because during the Silk Trade, like,
there was
Africans was traveling way before. They were traveling
before British.
Yeah, they was all over
European
the place.
travel. I understand that, but I also understand that Black Life is about what's current stuff that's relevant to these Black listeners.
This is relevant.
It is, but it's a deep dive.
You got to know who.
It's a deep dive into history. What I'm asking Rhonda to do is talk about current things and tie it to those historical perspectives.
I heard that, and I said, yeah, y'all could do that with Puffy. But this was a separate show I was talking about. That's what I'm trying to explain.
But I want to tie what's going on with him into what you're talking about, because it's connected. Correct?
You lost me.
I'm saying the stuff that P. Diddy is, all of that stuff that's going on with him is connected to stuff you're talking about in our historical. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I want him to be able to help us to make those connections.
Yeah. So it's two different shows, basically.
Right.
Yes. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you, Rondo.
Jacqueline is leaving. Jacqueline, before you leave, I know you wanted to know. Maybe she's gone already. She wanted to know the difference between a boomer and a baby boomer. She wanted me to remind her, and I hadn't forgotten. I saw it. Some of the comments I don't see, but I saw that one.
I've been sticking my face on this show so much tonight.
You were supposed to tell me to cut the mic off. Oh my God.
The whole face.
Girl.
I'll be back. That's because Rondo made me so happy that he.
What kind of incognito was that?
I'm a incognito. But Rondo, I'm so happy that everything is cool and we can build from
Oh
this.
yeah, nah.
I appreciate you coming on tonight.
I appreciate
We
y'all
didn't
having
get
me.
through any of the stuff we had
It's all
planned.
good.
We
We
just
gotta do what
started
matters.
talking.
Train wreck. It's all good.
It's a train wreck. Next
I love
time
them trains.
we should be way more organized. Jeez.
Give me the weekend.
And
'cause I just got
Jacqueline,
back.
when I see you next time, I'll answer the question about boomer versus baby boomer. I know you got to go to sleep, sweetheart. Thank
Love you,
for
Jack.
sticking around. We love you. And we should land our plane. We've been on for 3 hours. So Rondo, if you are available next week, you
Can we
mind
get
coming
some
back
contact
on?
so we can talk to him over the weekend?
I'm gonna message him on
Over the weekend, right?
Yeah, I'll
All right,
message you
cool,
on X
cool.
and see what you want to.
Yeah,
like
let's
we
give our
can make a
people what we
plan.
need, some information.
Well, thank you for showing up, Rondo.
Yeah, Rondo.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I
Took my
appreciate it.
Yes. I mean, we have a lot of people in our family that are knowledgeable on a lot of
And we want
things.
y'all all to share it.
And we want y'all all to share it.
Thank you
Maybe
so much.
Jacqueline will come on at some point.
Each one teach one.
Each one teach one. Yes, we're family.
What Nahilo? He's up in the nut.
Nahilo said, "Great show, guys."
Thank you, Nahilo.
Do you really mean it, Nahilo? We were all over the place.
That's my man. That's my man right there.
We were all over the place.
Because we like talking.
I'm gonna do a noteworthy where I'm just gonna let Tasha and Nahilo just go off.
That's right. I can't wait.
That's gonna be hilarious.
I'm so sick of these people giving a shit.
You know, it's all
I'm sick of eating shit.
it's all a free it's all a free Masada conspiracy to continue on the
I
eugenics.
love when Nahilo go off.
Yeah. Don't say that word.
What is that? What is that?
All you gotta do is say the word eugenics.
It's on.
It's on and popping.
That's what I'm talking about. Nahilo, they don't want none of us. They don't want us.
It's the eugenics
don't want
and the
our
Freemasons and the
authentic
crypto.
expression.
They're all in cahoots to
They
take
tell us
us
we're crazy.
boys
Come on, Nahilo.
down.
My boy would go off on a 10.
And the baby oil. It's all a conspiracy.
What is that? What is that?
See, you missed it.
Damn it.
It's
What is
hilarious though.
That's it.
Oh my God. Oh, and Snorky and the electronics.
And bad cookies.
The
I got to get you
the radioactive waves.
Bad cookies tried to get my boy to break up with us.
And bad cookies, you know he coming with the conspiracy.
Hell yeah.
And whatever the hell Sean got going on.
Everything. Sean is my DJ. He know what's up.
Mousy gonna play some music for us. Get us all hyped.
And Jackie gonna give us all in line. And in bedtime. At bedtime. We all gonna be ready by bedtime.
Jacqueline's gonna get us in line.
That's right, Jackie. Keep us in line.
And what's mother gonna be doing?
Keeping all of us in line. Because sometimes Jackie's influenced by bad cookies. Jackie got a little bad cookies in her.
Mother just gonna be laughing.
Nah, mother gonna be like, nah, Jackie.
Look at my children.
Man, y'all all cool,
Look
bro.
at
I
these
love
children.
y'all, bro. I love y'all to death.
All right, so we are heading out. Rondo, I'm gonna message you on Twitter or X, whatever, so we could plan for next week. And other than that, I think we're all good. We love you guys. Oh, go DJ. That's my DJ. Go DJ. Okay, Sean, what you know about that? Go DJ. Hey DJ, keep playing my song. All right. I wish I could play some of that music for y'all. Unfortunately, copyright. But yeah. Thank you, Rondo. Thank you, everyone. And we will
Fuck
see
YouTube
you
66 times.
Yep. I know I do this every time. See you tomorrow, Noteworthy. Hopefully, no. What's today? Tuesday? No. See you tomorrow at the 10 Robert podcast at 8 p.m. Central with Bad Cookies. And then come back here at 5 p.m. Central for Noteworthy. Abby do, Abby don't. Until then, we love you guys. Peace.
Peace. Peace, peace, peace.
This is really